Everybody, let's go live. Hey. so, so I've become my own band. Pastor and Samai, Tanya, how are you guys doing? How are you doing there?
Good in your Rev.
Good, thanks, and you?
I'm doing good, eh? I'm enjoying a bit of Facebook action, but I'm good.
We support you.
Shame, eh? Yeah. Sometimes can be a bit challenging, eh?
Yeah, but I think all ministries have that. Exactly what
Yeah.
happened today. I've seen it so many times.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'm kind of like usually I don't answer, but if our critics are watching, thank you. It really helps our algorithm. You're helping me keep the thing up at the top of people's feeds. So
I had to leave the tabernacle, leave my phone here and my laptop in order not to answer or not to
no,
comment.
good job. Yeah,
I had to go pray.
yeah, yeah. It's so funny. Eh? Yes. Anyway, it arts what it arts, man. Yeah. So I think what we're going to talk about today is because I think we'll be on for a while. I think the staff are coming in for the staff meeting at like 3:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we can bring in one or two folks. I think it must be you guys must probably very very small on the
camera.
Yeah.
on the camera on a phone. You must be like wee. So it's probably not a terrible idea, Tanya. Let me just see. Okay, so I just want to do an experiment here. So I'm going to add your phone to the stream, and let's see how. Okay, so if you talk, check that big microphone. Looks like you got a mic in your nose. So let's see. So you're talking on the mic, and so we're hearing you on the mic, but we can see you there. Just move the camera a little bit
On
to
the
the side. Or is
phone.
that comfortable for you? Yeah. Just so we can see. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, and then so I think but you can come towards you more because it's a phone, so people want to kind of see your face. But I mean, all we see is microphone now. So I see is it got a stand or what? Your phone got a stand?
Yeah.
Fancy
Yeah. It's not
pants. Okay, let's see if there's a delay between your phone and the microphone. Just say something awesome.
something awesome.
Yeah, no, keep the
Tino's
mic in front
awesome.
of your lips. Yeah, put the mic back because it's a bit of a lag there. Okay, so I think when I chat to you, then we can put you with Pastor and Samai. So you can put your phone with Pastor and Samai when he chats, because then we'll have good audio quality and everybody in the hall can hear you, and then we can hear you on the live stream as well. So welcome to everybody who's tuning in from all over the world on the different platforms. Please comment. It's always nice to see who's watching. I can see all the comments in StreamYard, which is fantastic. You see Michelle just gave us her standard purple heart, which is awesome. Awesome sauce. Hello, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Alrighty, so I think our subject today is going to be, hey, there's Mighty Jared as well, why we do what we do, and I'm going to ask all of you why you do what you do. Why are you at Overcomers? Because we're doing fundraising, and I need to actually put a website for people to go and do fundraising, because we're struggling a bit. Unless you see my post on Facebook and you just want to click donate there, but we're just still working on getting fundraising tools into StreamYard. I think Twinkie's working on it. She's got a baby, so I never know whether she's working on the baby or not. Hard work being a mom, eh? Yes. Let me do this. So it's bananas. There we go. So I'll put that thing there. Yes. Okay. So yeah, yes. So I'm pretty inquisitive. While we're doing our fundraiser, like I know why I do what I do, because I feel like I don't have an option. I feel like there is there's nothing else in this life for me, So my question to you is, why do you do this? So we can start with Tanya and then Pastor and Samai, and I think we'll be asking a lot of people as we interview them this afternoon. But like, why? Why? I mean, working with the poor. I mean, you know, we're constantly under attack, and you know, it's quite a difficult thing to do. So Tanya, why do you have a heart for the? Why are you at Overcomers?
Okay. Sure. Why I do what I do is because I've always had a heart for people who are broken, people who are lost. I've always had a heart for, if I could put it in these words, people who were, and I say this because of a dream that I had, people who are dirty in the sense of homeless, they're hungry, always had a heart for children and those who suffer. Why Overcomers? I guess God ordered my steps, and I wasn't very familiar with Overcomers when I first came here. But when I found out what Overcomers does and what Overcomers stands for, I had to go back home and make a decision as to whether I'm willing to give up my life, whether I'm willing to give up everything I am and everything I have to come to this vision. And I went away and I came back with that very thing. I wanted to be a part of what I saw. I wanted to be a part of feeding children. I wanted to be a part of a ministry that taught something completely different from what I'd been taught my whole life, or what I've been taught in the last four years. That's what Overcomers did. It made me change my perspective on God. I've never been taught to listen to the words of Jesus, even though my spirit knew that I had to listen to the words of Jesus. I'd never been motivated by anybody to do that. And then, you know, if I had to look at my life now, would I be able to go back to the world? And my honest answer is no. My life is over out there. When Pastor Gert came to visit us, and we were up at Order House, and he had asked us the question, are you here for the money? And I know that we answered no, we're not here for the money. Even if you paid me nothing, I would still do what I'm doing. I would still believe in this vision. I would still believe in the leadership in this vision, even if you paid me nothing. But the one question, or the one thing that he taught us that night, is you have to make a decision as to whether you're going to stay. Are you in this for the long run? Or are you here until the next opportunity comes along and somebody offers you 10, 15,000 Rand and says, you know, I can give you a house and I can give you a car and you have all these benefits, you know, are you willing to go? We had to make a decision as to whether we want to be here in this ministry. And I stand for that. I want to be here. I want to do what I see is being done. I've learned so much. I have learned more in 1 year and 7 months than I have learned in 45 years of my life. I have never been so confident. I have never been so confident spiritually as I am now. I almost feel like every single thing I am taught, I can rely on.
It's amazing.
So
it's really amazing.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. This is where I'm going to live. And I said the other day, you guys are going to bury me on the prayer path. I ain't leaving.
Here's an excellent question from Richard. Hello, Richard, by the way. It's so cool that you're hanging out with us, man. Chingus. I mean, I'm always shocked when people cleverer than us hang out with us, because us lowly mission workers. So Richard's question is: does God ever work outside the "you don't have another option" narrative? I've never known another way. Genuine question. Sure, Richard. Yeah, it definitely does. But the reason I say it is I think I'm just so depressed when I'm not working with young people and the poor. I don't know. I feel I've everywhere else, no matter how blessed I am. Last night I was talking about my time in a church where they did everything right. They loved me. They blessed me. But like, I just couldn't do anything about the depression, and I didn't realize. I didn't know back then that I was a missionary. I didn't know that was it was such a drive in me, and it just fits for me. You wouldn't think that, because I love techno music, and I'm very technological, and I like traveling. So then I make a covenant to stay on this piece of property, and then the entire ministry over here. I mean, we there's no fancy buildings here. We've got like friggin' shacks, and like in little warehouses and containers, and and yet I've never been happier in my life. It just fits, Richard. I don't know if that answers the question. So does he work outside of the "you don't have another option" narrative? Absolutely. I mean, I really believe that he'll work with anybody for any given period of time that those people will give him, because God takes whatever you give him. He'll take a dove and he'll take a lamb, he'll take a calf, whatever's in your hand, he'll take, whether it's 10 minutes or 24 hours, whether it's 4 seconds or 365 days. I believe that he'll use whatever you give him. But for some of us, for me, to not serve him like this on this battlefield, for me it's literally death. I feel like I'm dying. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe this is like how I deal with all of the trauma that I've experienced in my life. I don't know. But I'm just so grateful that this vision is a reality, that it's happening, that people are so generous and they fund it and they volunteer and they help. And when Tanya says salary, like no one here gets a real salary. Everybody here survives on very little. We all, if you walk here, if you come in, you'll see that I've got quite a nice posse, but that was built totally by a sponsor. If someone hadn't built us this house, we'd probably be living in this little. I was going to build I've just got to remember that word. What are those walls? Concrete? No, precast. I was going to build us a little precast house over here, and someone's built us, like, the first half of the house is done, and it's like really beautiful. But like none of us here really strive for that material world. So praise God for His mercy. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I'm happier. I was in a caravan, and I was happier in a caravan than when I was traveling the world, staying in 5-star hotels. Like, we were in Los Angeles in a 5-star hotel, and I knew that I was moving to the land, and I just couldn't wait to be in the presence of God all day, and working with young people and working in the dirt and in the dust. And I really, yeah. I don't know if that half answers the question.
Can I say something?
Question, eh? Yeah, go for it.
So, another thing I love about being on this land is the fact that we can worship, we can pray, we can listen to our Christian music all day, except for during meetings. But in normal world, I couldn't wait to get home, just to be able to spend that time with God. But it's so open, we can do it so freely here. And because I love worship so much, you know, it's something I want to do all day.
That's incredible. Eh? I mean, so sitting next to Tanya, that's Pastor and Samai. And is it in Samai? Yeah. Yes, don't let
It's
me
a
get it
my
wrong. Yeah, I got it in Samai. Um, and hi, Benice. Yeah, be sure if you guys are logging on and listening to us to say hello. I don't know if anybody on our team anywhere around here is listening, but I don't know if I've got a dog outside or one inside trying to get out, or I just need someone to handle these dogs for me, please.
it is
um,
coming.
help is coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Are you?
So Pastor and Samai, let me give you an example of Pastor and Samai. Okay, again, nobody, none of us gets massive salaries and stuff. So it always blows my mind that people will help out, and then it like my mind is even more blown when someone like Pastor and Samai, he's here all the time. I mean, he is here as much as I'm here, almost. Um, he's 7 days a week. Like, um, I like why?
Sure. Uh, Thank you, Rev. um, you know, 5 years ago, I was given a church, very a very big shack, but few people inside, and uh, they gave me that church and say, as young as you are, can you pastor this church? And I pastored the church, and immediately after the ordination and me being part of everything that was happening in the church, there was a lady there, and every month she will give her tithe to me. It was 2,000 rand every month. So from that 2,000 rand, I'll take half of it to share with people that are inside the church,
Wow.
and give some to the bishop of the church. And every month, I don't know if they knew that there's tithe coming to me or what, but every month and every weekend, every Sunday after church, my house will be full of people coming to eat. And you think they will come during the week for prayer. It will be only me and my wife. And then to clean the church, it will be only me and my wife. To make sure that we serve them. And I used to complain, hey, a lot. And, but I think it was a training for me. And you can't just come to this big version like this one, and you were never trained. So I think from that small shack of few people that I had coming to this ministry, I never thought there's overcomers, whereby everyone is saving like they save, and whereby everyone. I love being here because we are the same. It's not like there's somebody that is special and we need to carry their bags, or we need to run when they come in, but we are all one, and we treat each other with love. And it is in me that uh, the Bible says God was looking for somebody that he can send to die for our sins, and Jesus just lift up his hand and say, send me. And
Wow.
if it is to be, it's up to me.
Amen.
When I got here and I hear that message, I'm like, yes, send me, Lord. I'm here at the right time, and I'm full of love. There's no place like
Absolutely.
this.
Yes, you are
There's no
really just
place
a
like
walking love, awesome machine of lovely awesomeness, man. Sure. Hey, Sorrel. And Lungelo, yeah, Richard says you're describing your pull factors. Perhaps God uses push and pull factors together. It wouldn't surprise me, you know, because I think God uses whatever we are willing to give Him. That's the best message that I've really heard on the topic of, you know, what you give to God, whether it's money, time, or energy, is
Yeah.
that even if you will give Him 2 minutes of your day, you know,
Yeah.
even if you will give Him 2 minutes of your week, 2 minutes of your year, He will maximize that, you know, that little offering that you give Him. Because,
Yeah.
you know, offering is not just money. You know, that's why we don't take up offerings in all our services. And we trust, you know, for international corporate government partners to help us do what we do. Um, because not everybody has got a lot to give. And I think a lot of people are embarrassed when they come into environments where everything is about what you must give, because they don't realize that there's a lot more to give other than money. There's time, and there's talent, and there's prayer, and there's encouragement. I don't think I'd survive really without lots and lots of love and encouragement. I don't know how I would do it. It's so challenging, you know. It's really, really challenging to be in ministry when our two biggest needs as human beings are encouragement and validation. You know, to people to for people to recognize that you're doing a good job, that you're trying, that you're working hard. And that's what hurts so much when people attack you when you're trying hard and working hard, because you're like, yes, you know, why you do this? um, well, that's amazing. So who else is in the hall that we can yank to climb on the?
Veronica.
Is Veronica there somewhere?
Yeah, she is
Yes.
at the back.
And
Come down here.
everybody loves Mavis. Is Mavis around today, or is she off today? I'm not sure.
Mavis won't talk. She's still got her toothache.
Oh, shame, man. I Mavis. It's so bad.
Yeah.
That's good, eh? I'm gonna just put on screen what Sorrel said there. He said, if a few fishes and a piece of bread could feed thousands, then every bit we give in time, energy, and money can also be multiplied by God to feed
Amen.
thousands.
Amen. That's
Yo, Sorrel. Yo, Pastor Bishop Sorrel.
I'm going to
Just
swap
Richard,
with
thanks so
Bishop.
much for hanging out. Yo, Sorrel dropping bombs, yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
That's a big bomb. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all that little boy had. He brought fish and a few loaves, and that was used to feed 5,000 people, man. You know, so I think God will use anything, man. If you give Him, sorry, if you give Him like, yes, Janetti, it's for lekker koffietjie dan, man.
Thank you.
If you give Him like 3 minutes or 2 minutes, He'll use it. Hey, Veronica.
Hi.
Yes, Veronica, of all the places you could be, I'm sure you've had lots of job offers and opportunities and overseas things. What are you doing at Overcomers? What? Have you lost your mind?
A little bit. No, I'm joking. No, I just know I have to be here because my passion is with kids and I'm working with kids while worshiping God, while finding my calling, which I think is with the kids. So I'm just happy here.
Awesome. So, yeah, so you guys did that school for the first time on Sunday. So how was that? Did you enjoy it?
That was so fun. We expected a few, like just over 100 kids, but then there came like 300 kids, which was amazing for a first day. The crowd was just amazing. The kids, the energy with the kids were amazing.
Yo,
Hi,
and
here
there's
he
your
is.
partner in crime
Here's
on
my
the
partner in
EDC
crime.
battlefield.
So yeah, it was really fun. next Sunday we're expecting double the amount of kids to come,
I'm
which
sure the
we are
cooking
prepared
team is
for.
very excited about that.
They are. We
That's why
are.
I'm doing so many fundraisers right now, because Donald and Veronica insist on feeding like everybody.
Yes.
And we can't
And
just give
enough.
them like cheaper stuff. They're like, no, 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 no. They want proper food. And then I'm like, how much is that? And say, no, no, it's only 1,000 rand extra per month. No, no, per meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh, but
awesome.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Sunday. I think we're gonna have double the amount of kids,
Yeah,
double the amount of
definitely.
fun, double the amount of everything, double everything.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. See. Okay, so Donald. So you
Yes.
must just move that camera so it's on Donald, that little phone in front of you, Veronica. So you just move it so that it aims at
Ah,
Donald there.
Oh, is
which
this
one?
the phone?
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you just
Oh, I
move it a
see.
little
Ah,
bit more.
nice.
Oh, look,
Wow.
there you go. Yes, see,
Ah,
Donald's a
look
good
nice,
looking
eh?
guy.
Hallelujah.
You look good.
Donald, such a good looking dude. Eh?
I already balanced this thing.
If I was good looking like Donald, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here in the sticks in the ministry and in the dust. I'd be like in Milan, walking on a ramp somewhere, wearing funny box and accordion pants and stuff.
Unfortunately, I'm here.
Why are you? Yeah, you
Yeah.
could be
So
doing so
firstly,
many other things. Yes, sir.
yeah. So firstly, I just want to greet everyone who's watching live, and you possibly, Rev. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Yeah. So the question is, why am I here? And can you
Yeah.
give me something harder? I mean, this is
Oh,
like I could take 7 hours talking about why am I
Yeah, I
here.
also wanted to.
go for
Then
it.
I just like short.
Okay.
Tell everybody why you're here. Yes, Jerry says, I love being overcomers when possible things are possible. Amen. Yeah, no, go for it, Donald.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna go and get a
yes.
sweetie quickly.
Okay. So I'm here because one of the most important reason is because I love God. I love expanding the kingdom of God, and that's the reason why I'm here. And there are other reasons like this place I am. It's a prophetic place. It's not ordinary. It's not a place for wolves. It's a place for shepherds. It's a place for the sheepdogs. I mean, when I refer to the sheepdogs, I'm not saying you are a dog or I'm a dog. No, I'm trying to explain that Christ says He is the shepherd, right? And He He said, "Feed my sheep." That means these are the people who are in the kingdom of God or in the ministry of God. See, so what I mean with being a sheepdog is that we are there to guard the sheep and also protect them from wolves, because we are loyal servants to our shepherd, who is Jesus Christ. So if you see a dog, we normally give a dog as a selfish, what can I say,
Fish.
selfish thing. Yeah. But there is more to a dog than just being selfish. A dog is loyal to the master. A dog is protective to the pack. So I would take those components and bring them as a sheepdog of Christ. I'm very protective, or we as the EDCC team, or as the sheepdogs of Christ, we're there to protect the sheep. Who are the sheep? The sheep is the kids that we minister to every day, every Sunday. And when it is holidays, when it is school holidays, these are the kids that we minister to every single day. See, so we are there to protect them. We are there to keep them away from wolves. We are there to guard them, make sure nothing bad happens to them. You see, so I mean, if you take the sheep, they all need boundaries so that they just don't go everywhere. Sheepdogs are responsible to keep them in track, make sure where they are feeding is where the shepherd wants them to be. If the shepherd hears an instruction, Yeah, if the shepherd gives the instruction to the sheepdogs, the sheepdogs carry that, regardless of the conditions. So it's very important. Like, I hope you were listening to this, Rev. Um, I'm talking about being a
Look
sheepdog.
at it.
Yeah.
Scared.
So we carry the instructions of Christ. He says, because he says, I'm the shepherd. He says, go make disciples. And that's what we do. He tells us, go keep, protect those sheep. That's what we do as the sheepdogs. We are there to protect the sheep no matter what comes. And if the shepherd says, there's a wolf, stand your ground and fight,
We fight.
we fight even to our death. So that's one of the most important thing, the important reason why I'm here is I see I'm a sheepdog really, because I'm in for a fight. I'm in to protect the sheep. And the master or the shepherd said, go to overcomers, I'm going to put you there, and there's a war you're going to have to fight there. You're going to fight for the kids. There are people, there are other bigger sheepdogs there that are already, that have experience. You just need to learn from them. You just need to be there, carry the instructions. Whatever that the shepherd, who is Jesus Christ, says is what you do. That's what we do. And that's one of the most important reasons why I'm here. It's not a place for the weary. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not. And
It's
I can see how uh, it becomes us, how influence on the kids' lives, how they change as they grow. And
yes,
that's amazing to see how they just walk where God wants them to walk.
yeah. I
And it's
mean,
amazing.
that's the reasons why we are here. We are here to protect. I'm here
Guide them.
because I love God, and I'm here because I have seen uh, at Overcomers where I am now with my own eyes, being there in the front lines with the help. I mean, I remember. I'm just gonna, sorry, Rev, I'm gonna disclose this type of meeting that we had. So I'm gonna
Get
bring it out.
it.
So we were on a meeting with the with a lot of people sitting in there, and due to the logistics, the ministry was really under pressure for the first week for us to do anything for the first week. And Rev stood there and says, "Are you telling me we're not going to do anything for the first week?" And almost everyone is like, "Nah, we're not doing. We can't. The pressure is too much." And then he just kept quiet, and then he looked at me, and then he says, "No, man, let's do something."
And we did
then
something.
then we definitely did something. And to me it was very very important, having a mentor who stands there and says, guys, let's do something. It's very rare having a leader who really wants stuff to happen for the positive. I mean, most leaders out there are there to get money, to get profit, you see. But I've seen this vision is very different. We fight tooth and nail. My leaders, I mean, there's heavy battles they fight, but they don't care. They just keep going, keep going, keep going. And sometimes I feel it in the spirit, the stress my mentor carry. And all I do is pray, walk and pray, and just declare it is done, declare it is done, and see things happening. And it's important. This is the first vision that I have seen, that it's not about faith only, it's about faith and works at the same time. It's not a matter of, because when I used to go to open A's, we'd just go there with nothing. And here, I mean, my mentor taught me, you don't go and preach the word of God without a cup of soup. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Always
work
take a
that
cup of
way.
soup with you.
But most people, they don't see that behind the scenes, when you go out to an outreach with soup, with food, they don't see that there have been people putting in money for buying bread, buying the ingredients to make the soup. Then there will be people making the soup that are being paid, etc. And like what we're doing now, we are doing 500 kids every Sunday. And there will be people definitely who say, overcomers is just talking, and they're just talking,
You're not doing
but
anything
and they're
about
not
it.
doing anything, but they don't see the 500 kids fed. I mean, you were there
Safe.
last Sunday, and safe at the same time. You were there last Sunday when we asked, guys, who wants seconds? And most of the kids put their hands down. I mean,
We gave them.
It was too much food, right?
We gave them too much.
Yeah, I mean, so to us, to me personally, before anyone comes in, this is a vision which is very different from a lot of churches. I mean, kids ministry is the most expensive ministry to have.
Now we
The stuff broken. There is, and somehow you find people who say, these guys are just talking. They're not doing anything, and what, etc. But preparing for 500 kids, the diesel for the bus to go in every single day during the camps, and that bus is heavy on fuel. It seems easy when we just want to put things afloat, like they're just doing that, maybe they're not doing it rightly, and but they don't understand the logistics. I mean, it's not my first time, but this time my leaders have been teaching me to go deeper into details to see how worthy things are, because this is something that I've been taught as a steward. They're teaching me how to handle stuff, how to take over the things I'm given. See, so this is my kind of my first time being able to be given something and see everything in detail, like transport. Okay, I have to calculate how many kilometers, and then I have to calculate that kilometer and how much the bus takes per kilo. Then I see, but it's very
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah. Now we both
Just
say that, Donald. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's very heavy. Just the bus, fuel only, and it's heavy money every
sometimes we have to do
day.
like 2 trips.
Sometimes it's 2 trips because we'll be having 200 kids, and but people don't see that when we feed 500 kids, people think, man, it's just feeding 500 kids, and most of the people who do that, they don't even feed one person per day.
Can I tell you something? When I came here, you were not. You were here, but then you went.
Yeah.
So there were like 30 kids here, and then you came back, and then we learned how to work together.
Yes.
And after a long while, the 30 that were there started to be 100,
Yes.
and now it's like 500.
Yes.
So you see how it's like growing, and I've not even been here 1 year.
Yeah,
You
it's.
guys have,
Like
you guys have
August,
to get
the
ready.
first of
You're gonna-
August will be my first year here.
I mean, the
whatever
vision
that
is
hall can
growing.
handle, it's gonna get full. Yes.
We
Yeah.
can do this.
It's heavy. I mean, but what's really in my spirit is to break it down to the people who really help us. Since this is like a fundraising thing, there's a lot of finances that really go out. Really, um, buying ingredients, buying the actual food, buying everything,
Paying
paying the venue,
electricity,
because we pay
paying
the
petrol,
venue, we
paying
pay the diesel, we pay the food, and there's workers that come and help us to cook that food, etc. They are
pay
paid.
them as well.
You see, and it's really heavy, really, really heavy. 500 is not an easy number.
I mean, I can't even make for 2 people.
Yeah.
Like, I really can't.
Just try to feed 2 people every day. Just two.
It's difficult.
And not only that, look, overcomers, I've been here kind of not all the time, but let's just say I would safely say 70% of the time. We started, it was just me, my wife, my mentor and his wife, and his daughter, and two, and Lungi and James. So let's just say we were 8. And from 8 now we are above 100 to 150. And
It's like
the
growing.
logistics of food just for the workers without going to
Daily.
EDCC, without going anywhere. I mean, it's not easy. It's
Like
really not
looking
easy
forward, like,
feeding people on a daily basis. 150 people day in, day out, every single day.
That's why the kitchen is the heart of the ministry. That's what I'm
And then
saying. Thank you.
when it is holidays, I mean, here, Rev, I didn't tell you about this. Sorry, I'm going to mention it now. There are kids that come, or youth that come often here because of the free internet access we give them to study, etc. So they come in, and then we give them the Wi-Fi password. They log in, they do their schoolwork, and then when they are done, they go home. You see, But do you know how much internet costs? You
Oh,
see,
no.
so if you put everything
Yeah.
in detail now,
Me too.
that's something I'm learning. I used to see things in a broader way, like so things are like this. But until I started learning to go into details, that's when I saw this is heavy. It's not something easy. It's really not something easy.
Especially if we have to ask for it. Then it's like,
Yeah. And now, I mean, during the holidays now, this is times not even times two because it's 150.
like
During the holidays, we host 3 to 500 kids, and I don't know how we can even multiply that. I think it's times seven or something. The
it's a
usual
lot.
load
It's
done
a lot.
on a daily
So
basis.
now on Sundays we're gonna do 500
Yeah,
plus,
500 plus. Yes.
and on holidays you, like, I don't know how much is it
Okay,
gonna be.
I was saying this to some of the kids. I said, who here in this city, Paris, which church do you know which is hosting over 200 people on every Sunday? They said none. I said, don't say none. EDCC is there.
ADCC is there. It's
we
number
was
one.
we are there. We're hosting.
Yeah.
This last week we had like almost 300, and because it's
Wow.
the first day, we normally on a
We thought we could be
quarter.
like
Yeah, we thought it'd be
130,
one something,
140.
and unfortunately we were almost 300. And this time people are sending messages like, we're gonna bring our kids. We're bringing our kids because some of the testimonies we're getting from different cities. Um, I went with Tino, Mr. Mtsamai, Veronica, and Temba. We went to Fredefort, and they just gave us a small opportunity to say who we are, and because we said we're overcomers, we're there to help with the sound because they were doing something. This church was doing something, and all of a sudden, there's this woman. I think she says it's a doctor, right? Yeah, I don't know the name. And then she just stood there and she says, these people from Overcomers EDCC, they have changed my, is it nephew? Let me put it as a nephew, because he was involved. It's a boy who was involved with with drugs. He had cliques, etc. But the moment he started coming to us, he stopped everything. And every camp, he's always with us. And to us, it was
It's
huge.
amazing.
It because really we didn't see. I didn't view it that way.
Yeah.
We are there as just we lay out the word of God. We
We're
teach them
vessels.
what's exactly. We teach them what is good, what is bad, and we teach them this is the rightful way. And really the seed is taking root in these kids, and you can see parents witnessing that. And we picked up a lot of parents from Frederick just to that, and we did not. I don't even know the lady, really. She was the one advertising now for us. She's like, please send your kids there. Please send your kids there. These guys are amazing. And I'm like,
What?
what?
Happening?
And to me, I mean, to us as a team, it's very very inspiring because there is something we're doing for the kingdom of God.
Doing something
But
good.
remember, there is logistics again. When we went there to help those churches, there's fuel, there's cars allocated, a lot of things that are done for a specific event to happen. So I will safely say I'm not gonna go anytime soon.
Yeah, me neither. I'm gonna say for a
I'm
while.
being honest. Not
Like
for a while. I
for
mean,
a while.
like God's answer says
Years.
years, right?
Years. We were thinking there now.
Yes, you see.
I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for you guys. Like, because I mean, it's quite a serious thing. We're doing this fundraiser right now, and let me just do this so people can see it's our winter fundraiser. And of all the time for people to attack us now publicly and make stupid accusations, it's while I'm doing a freaking fundraiser. Shows you how the devil works. Like and then I was like, Lord, just remind me. That's why I'm asking you guys, why are you here? Just remind me, give me the strength to continue to really up my game and focus and do the fundraising every day. And it's so awesome. I don't know if Lucky's listening, probably not, because he's a very cool dude and I have to step up my cool game. But I go upstairs there, and Lucky says, "No man, you're supposed to be doing go live," and he chases me out. He's supposed to be doing fundraising. I love Lucky. you know,
Now,
uh,
can
yeah,
I answer
what
on
you
that,
want to?
Ray?
Yes.
Okay, so I know you're a man of scripture, but there's something that maybe to remind you. Christ, when he talks about building your house or the foundation on the rock, so the thing is not focusing on the foundation. Is when we build something, there is going to be strong winds that gonna come and shake us. But because we have the rightful foundation, who's Jesus Christ, they'll just shake us and nothing will break in us. I mean, to
We'll
me,
be sleeping.
it's personally, I think when there is light, you will always see the babies of darkness trying to stop you. It's like a moving elephant, Rev, that is trying to be stopped by a barking small little dog. What is it called? Those little chihuahuas. And then it's like a moving elephant. I mean, just see the thing, ignore it, and carry on. I mean, there are going to be agencies. It's there everywhere. There are going to be agencies that are trying to slow you down. And I remember you giving us a teaching like these people are like a speed bump. Only we just go skudunk on them. I mean, we just storm through. It's I
Well,
mean,
today I view them not as a speed bump, but as a way to push the algorithm on the post. So the more I answer them, and the more they answer me, the more the fundraising post goes up. As long as I manage it. Usually I don't answer those things, but I thought, well, someone's commenting. Let me just answer.
yeah,
But it's tough. It still affects you emotionally, and
yeah.
Still
you
hurts.
rebuked me for calling someone a chihuahua once. Remember, I told Donald, "Don't be like a barking chihuahua." Yes, he was angry at me a few years back. Yes, he was up. We did a whole prayer path walk where he was
Yeah,
tuning
I
me. You don't call
remember.
me a chihuahua. I said, didn't call you a chihuahua. I said, don't be like one. That was a reference to potential versus fruit. And now Donald's
I
calling
just
people
remembered that.
chihuahuas. Yeah, no, the other challenge is like, yes, you love people, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So when they bite you, it's like, no man, but yeah,
Like, stop it. Don't do that.
yeah,
I mean,
stop
but
it,
I
man.
think we should learn to know, like you corrected us on Monday, we are for them, remember? I mean, not against them. So to me, it's very important. But every now and again, those type of people will keep on coming. They will keep on coming. They'll try and damage. Um, and it definitely will affect not only your emotions. The reason being is there are people who really watch every step you take in a way that every post you make, some might not react, but there are people who are actually, for example, it's me. Sometimes I just don't want to act like I have read that, but I've read it.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah, see, so the way you respond there, I mean, to us, it's very important. I mean, the way I used to view you, it's different from the way I view you now, because I have personally seen a lot of change in you. I remember when you were frustrated with the mouse, you throw it in the
Yes,
tabernacle. It's like, "Ah, go on." Then
listen.
sometimes me and Tino would like throw it to us. I'm like, but
Right,
catch it.
now, I mean, it's different from my own personal view. It's different the way you handle people now. It's very different. I mean, that post, if you have said bad words, I would really view it as an "I hand you over" kind of statement. But you didn't
yeah.
go that route. You said, "Guys, what you're doing is not right."
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I'm like, "Hey, these guys,
And
what's
the
wrong?"
thing is, people always remember how you make them feel.
Exactly, and uh, most of the
Let's go
times,
back to my
people,
temper.
yeah, most of the times, it's people who really don't have anything who want to argue with people who are succeeding in whatever they're doing. If you check it correctly, that person is 0.1% of the things they've achieved, they're arguing with someone. Because I remember coach giving me a teaching. He says, when you have a problem in your marriage, who do you go to? Someone who has been divorced 15 times, or to someone who has 15 years and is still with his wife? And then I said, I think, because this was me back then. I said, I think I'll go to the guy who has been divorced because he has a lot of experience.
Mm. Experience with getting divorced, yes.
On what not to do. Yeah, he's not
And
very
then
good
the
at
coach
listening
is
to
like,
his own advice.
don't do that.
Look at the
Go to
person.
that person who has 15 years because they've made it. They've achieved it for more than 15 years. But you will see the person who has been divorced 15 times will come and argue with the person who really is faithful in his marriage and his marriage is succeeding.
Yeah.
So it is bound to happen. People like that
But maybe
will come.
sometimes they also need just some love or something because hurt people.
Yeah.
So it's something in them that they have to figure out what is bothering them. They're not
Yeah, it's
happy with
frustrating.
themselves.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
frustrating for people trying, because I know those guys, they're trying to build their own visions and stuff, and it's so hard and frustrating. And then I know the one guy really wanted it to work here, and so did we, but it was just so. But let's go back to my temper. I enjoyed that subject. So
Very
I'll
good
tell you
night.
some funny stories.
I think I was mostly part of those funny stories.
No,
Most of
no,
it.
you were getting
So
like
much
the
fun.
calm version of me. You can ask
Is it?
coach and yo, listen, because I would still like go to you afterwards and say, okay, guys, sorry, I shouldn't have thrown the mouse. I used to get angry because you saw me throw the mouse. Then I was angry at you, and I didn't want to speak to you for the rest of your life because you saw me get angry. I had such bad depression. Because when you've
Oh
got
my god.
terrible depression, it's like you're over here and your emotions are over there. These dogs. I don't know. Maybe is Mr. Nassen around? Maybe he can just sit here and just fight with the dogs for me while I'm live. I don't know if he's available. He's probably busy with the fences.
Oh,
Okay,
Mr. Nassen's
Lala
so
is
awesome.
coming.
Lala's
Is Lala
coming.
Lala is
coming? Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't you worry.
And
She's
I think
I think
I
she's
have
going
to
to
ask.
fetch Mr. Nelson or something.
Janetti?
oh.
Someone needs. I don't know. We got to figure out what to do with these dogs because I'm in the garage now and the dogs are just scratching on things and barking and so when you're depressed, and I don't mean sad like you had a bad day or something went wrong. When you have like physical, chemical, terrible depression, it's like you're over here and your emotions are over here, and you're two different people. And every now and then your emotions take over, and you're standing over here going, no, no, don't. Then you're, no, please don't say that.
That is
No, no,
true.
please don't.
And then afterwards, you're trying to say, I'm sorry. My
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're
emotions
like,
got over.
I was like that, Rev. I was like that. I would get a beating and I could not control it. I would just bubble, poof, and I start crying. And I couldn't grow.
yeah.
I'm being honest. I didn't grow in that way.
I think I'm just someone with like, just in the inside, I'm just like,
But okay,
just giving a
Rev,
funny look like,
um, Veronica used to cry with 100
Yeah,
kids,
I was great. Like,
but she can handle 500 now.
Yeah.
I'm like, it
No, you know why? Because
was
it was 100. It was
overwhelming.
my first time, and you guys left me alone. What did I do? No,
What do you do with 100 kids?
Ay, ay, ay.
it was too much, but I can handle them now.
But now, I mean, you're a pro now. See, so things like that happen, Riv. I mean,
Pro
emotions.
fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, emotions. You will definitely outgrow everything you wanna outgrow. Because the moment you start fighting that, it means you really wanna change it. But there's a day or there's a time that that thing will kick in and say, this is bad, and you will see by how you'll be handling the same responses that were given in the past with the present now. Because how are you gonna
Yes.
react? Will you break the way you broke last, or you will be actually stronger?
Yeah, everything is a test. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be if you succeed in the test or
yeah,
do
you
you
get a higher
fail.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there another one?
I used to struggle to talk to coach. I really used to. With even Rev, I used to struggle a lot. But the now it's easy for me because it's I can take in the beating. Because one thing that I've learned with people is we do not want to take the beating in. If you take the beating in and accept you are wrong, I mean,
You
can
understand?
carry on. It's easy to understand. But the moment you start saying, why is he saying this to me? Am I not perfect? Like the mind runs to that the specific area. Like, I'm not good enough. These guys, they're not grateful for me. I think I'm not supposed to be here. Those are the things that starts running in your head. But the moment you say, no,
That's not who
there is
I
a
am.
greater vision that
Yeah.
God wants me to, and that's why He gave me these specific mentors, and He really wants me to reach a specific goal. You see, so
It's
it's
true.
it's easy to take it, and it's easy to handle it. It's I can't put easy there because emotions are now gonna be involved. You
Yeah.
can take the beating, but you won't break down the way you used to. But you sometimes you break down. You see, but pick yourself up and you continue going.
And
So
you start using your past to learn.
yes.
So then you take that like, no, I'm better than that. I can do this,
Yes.
and then you get that mindset where you in the beginning you were like, no, I don't think this is for me. Now you're at the mindset, "No, I can do double this. I can do triple this. This is easy." You
Yeah.
see, you
Yeah,
just
I
need the
think
right mentors.
yeah, you really need the right mentors, and some of the mentors are not easy. I really used to struggle handling, not handling, but listening to Rev because each time you taught Rev, I was like, what did I do wrong? I was like, what did I do wrong? And then he hammers it. And sometimes it's just speaking in the spirit. And now I don't get offended.
Yeah.
Really, I don't. I learn because um, if he comes and he talks about your behavior or how to um, get favor from people and stop being yourself, be your higher self. And I was like, what's wrong with myself? Sometimes I have these
Yeah.
discussions in me, but being quiet. And
Don't we all, Donald? Don't we all? We all talk a bit
Yeah, it's
to
so hard to
ourselves.
be your higher self. Yes,
It's
yes.
yeah,
difficult because you want to like, no, you want to fight. Come on, come, let's fight.
yeah, but it's back there, it's in there now.
Yeah.
And I remember Rev said to me this other time, yeah, you'll be sitting, but it feels like you're standing from the inside. And I was definitely standing. I'm like, I was like, I know,
Yeah, it's the
man, this
story of
guy.
my life. Yes.
But
I
but
mean, like
the
when you're under
moment,
pressure, you become someone else.
Yeah.
Mark
yeah.
says it's tough to be a mentor. Hey, hello, Mark. Yo, let's just quickly say hello. Gunther's watching, and the wonderful Debbie, and Facebook user who I assume is Charl. Hi, Julie. Yeah, Jerry. It's awesome to see everybody. Um, so we're chatting about, why these crazy people are in Overcomers. So we're busy with our fundraiser. If you want to partner with us, you can go to www.overcomers.co.za. Um, and so blessed. Oh, there's Kat. Yo, we need to get Kat and Mark on here. Kat, is your makeup
Yes.
done? Are the kids in school? Are you in a position where you can drop some bombs? I know that Veronica and Donald want to talk to you for sure, and
For
Definitely.
and
sure.
Mark as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, yes, let's get it. And I mean, Julie, if you're in the mood, I know it's morning for Julie, so we're not gonna torture like we did Shane. She's like, listen, I've got to go. She was on for like an hour and a half yesterday or something. That's such wisdom, mate. So we'll see who's keen to come on. Um, and yeah, so this is Veronica. I say Veronica and Donald first because people usually look left to right. So Donald's not that I think
'Cause
Veronica's more
I look
important
like
than I
Donald.
am. Donald and Veronica is actually the correct way to say it because of the alphabetical alliteration.
Oh,
But because Veronica's on the left, you know, so if you were right and if you had to swap seats, then it would be this is Donald and Veronica. But because this is Veronica and Donald.
Yeah, it sounds better, Veronica and Donald.
Of
You
course, it sounds
laugh.
better because it's your name.
Veronica.
Is
Um,
yeah. You just say, "This is Veronica and her little friend Donald,"
I'm Veronica, and this is my little
and
friend
remember,
Donald.
yes, your imaginary friend.
Uh, I,
Oh, yeah, that should really come up sometimes.
No, you guys are awesome, eh?
yeah, and one of
Sure.
the things
Yeah.
is the fruits. I know you say don't focus on the fruits, but part is not the rightful word to put there, because this is what I've seen. People, have you seen that people go to churches just because they hear there's miracles, there's healings, there's what, and I clarify or classify those type of things as fruits. You see, um, and I've seen on here overcomers the fruits is when we take care of those kids, when we take care of those poor kids, when we give them jackets. When I see, to be honest, not being racial, a white guy standing in for these black kids. That's what really inspired me the most. Like you, I saw. I normally watch you a lot, Rev, so that just know that I watch you a lot of how you react when people are not fair to these kids. And one of the days I remember we spoke about something, and then it just went on. These kids matter, man. These kids are important, and then it just went off. And to me, I was like, I really am encouraged. I'm not encouraged by your anger, really, but I'm encouraged by the way
Fight for
you fight for these kids. I'm really, it's really an inspiration to me. That's why sometimes I fight too. I'm like, hey, we're doing this because
And
I
I'm just
carry
like,
the
let's
same
do it.
heart. I mean, let me give you an example of what happened this camp. Tanya, hey Lala, hi. Sorry, I'm going to talk about you now. She's laughing.
But it's not
And
gossiping.
Veronica, like we had the same heart like yours. And the whole team went in. They were like, no, man, this is not nice. And they went in like full force, just like you were there. And this time it was not me, it was Tanya and Veronica. And I was like, what? And they
Put on my
now,
big girl pants. Like, let's go.
so to me, it's an inspiration. It's a rare. Really, it's rare finding a black guy who wants to go and feed to white kids. It's rare finding a white guy who wants to make sure these black kids are fine. I mean, it's the greatest inspiration I have.
But the
It's
thing is, when people see the kids or any person not by their skin color but by their soul, it doesn't matter. You just love that person so much you'll do anything for them. You'll
yeah.
fight for them.
Yeah,
And that's
and
what we're
that's a
trying.
that's a
That's what we're
challenge
doing.
because a lot of people struggle to not see skin color. They
The skin
really
color,
It's
yeah.
so
so
difficult
they
for
can't
people.
understand
I
how
don't-
we do it. You know what I mean? They think, okay, because they judge the world by white and black, they see that we don't care. We just see kids and mentors. And actually, I like the white, black, Asian. I
Yeah.
like the mix. For me, it's very cool. You know, like we're also
Top def.
different.
Different
We
people.
hang out together, and it's amazing. Eh?
Yeah.
Like it's flipping cool. Eh? You know, I like that part of how different we are and how um, how we still work together and we fight battles together. And that's one of my favorite parts of our ministry is, you know, like I mean, Donald and I, we're the same person. We just, you know, same engine, same thing. I mean, when I was Donald's age, same temper, same security, same insecurities. Like it's yet, you know, same engine, just different paint on the car. He's a lot better
Yeah.
looking than I was. There's no doubt about that.
Really?
Yeah, have you seen photos of me when I was young, dude?
I saw one and I laughed.
Cool.
I wanted to
Yeah,
react
he
there
says
to
I
laugh.
saw one and I laughed.
And then I'm like, what people say this is dishonor, but I really enjoyed your child. Like when I saw the pictures, like, is this Rev? Actually, it was Charmaine. She brought the picture. Says, yeah, check, I found Rev, found Rev. He posted one. And I'm like, what? Then we all laughed. Like what? This is how he looked when he was young. Like we laugh, but not.
Yeah, like you even.
But we really enjoyed it. Really, I mean, and I wanted to laugh. Then I'm like,
Maybe
let me just hold this.
I'm like, I put those things up, laugh. Okay, you ready? We're gonna bring Mark on because his camera's ready. Kat's still adjusting her camera like over there. So here comes Pastor Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, how's it, guys?
Yeah.
How are ya?
Hey, what's going on?
Good.
Here?
What's this light or this light or this light?
So the red one
light.
makes you
That
look
light.
angry. Eh? Do you like this one? Yeah,
This one or
wants
the
you to be
previous one?
darker, Yeah. Donald's
But like
really
this.
upset that you're white.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
You are
Now
more
your
white
beard's
now.
popping. Yeah, you're more white.
Hey, I'm the light of the world.
That's right.
So let's add.
So that was a
Kat
bright
in.
idea, Donald.
Bright idea.
Yeah, yes,
bright
Kat.
light.
Woo!
Hi.
How are you?
How's everybody doing?
I'm
This is
good.
so cool to be on all together.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing, eh?
This is the first
Now there's going to
time.
be chaos. Everyone's just going to talk at the same time.
It's almost like Tekalani Sesame. I'll be the Cookie Monster.
Hey, look. Okay,
At least
so
I'm
I'll
not the
put
only
this-
girl anymore.
Uh,
Yeah, yes.
What Julie says today is her 31st wedding anniversary. My
Yo.
word.
Congratulations. Oh, how's it? How's it, Tanya?
She gone.
Happy anniversary, Julie.
Yes, indeed.
31
Congratulations.
years. I'm catching you,
Amen.
Julie. I'm on 24. I'm going to catch you.
happy anniversary to you.
She'll always be ahead of you, man.
They should make a happy anniversary song.
You can't beat age. They're always a year ahead. If they're a year ahead, they're a year ahead.
No, not when there's supernatural acceleration.
Hallelujah.
There's-
Amen.
Michelle says, so many beautiful peeps. Speaking of beautiful peeps, Twinkie, have you got your pom-poms and your makeup on and your crying baby? You must also join us, man. So let's start with Kat over here. Kat. Now, so my question today is because Overcomers takes quite a beating the whole time from people who are consistently angry at us. So, so here's my question, Kat. Why the heck are you involved with us? Why are you? I mean, you're like raising money and giving money, and you're even on our UK board. Have you lost your mind?
Oh man. I absolutely believe in what you guys are doing, just what we're doing, bringing people together, feeding, loving, being Jesus to those around you. I just love it so much. I love words of Jesus. I love that it's something different to what I've experienced in other organizations and churches before. This is not the way. This is not churchianity. This is real Jesus life.
I agree. Exactly.
And I see it, and I'm like, what is it where it says, you'll I can't think of the scripture now, but it's like when you see something real and know it, you'll know it when you see it. You'll know that it's Jesus. And when we kind of heard about what you were doing, see what you're doing, it was like, we want to support that in any way we can because we believe in you, believe in what Jesus is doing through you.
Wow.
That's amazing.
We got some nice people here. Mark, I mean, what the heck are you doing being associated with a bunch of nut jobs?
Whoa, that is a good question. I lay awake at night wondering about this. And and to be honest, I mean, Jesus, I think, would have been considered a nut job just as much as any one of us here, because he believed the impossible was possible for those who believe. And I think God showed up for Jesus like every time. So, yeah, I want to be part of what is pushing the envelope to a whole new level. And I think that nothing pushes it more than taking out these things that are constantly trying to dictate our lifestyles, like poverty and insecurities and mental illness and sickness and disease. I think all these things are trying to tell us that the gospel is a lie. They're constantly trying to rob us of the reality of the kingdom. And I think that why would I not be aligned with people who are standing on the forefront, trusting God for the impossible? I mean, that's the only thing worth trusting God for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Damn.
I'm liking the enthusiasm. I'm about to give my life to Jesus again.
Wisdom.
Are you, Check out this comment from Julie. Yes, real Jesus life. I think I'll take a love offering in the waiting room. She's in the
Take it, take it.
Julie is so
That's so cool though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah. It's like really I mean all of you for me and I'm hoping we get a couple of more people on from Overcomers just now. I think they're all arriving for the staff wisdom session in about an hour, and then I don't know how long you guys are going to be on, but then we're going to bring we're going to be talking to the whole staff. We're going to talk to all of them, you know, and yeah, I think is Mashlaku and Sandwane are off today. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they are not here today. Yeah.
Okay. It's a pity, man. But we can chat to them tomorrow. But I'm gonna, for me, all of you are such a blooming blessing. You're such an inspiration because, Kat's churchianity. I was saying, I answered a question this morning or last night. I lost track of time. Someone asked me why I left the super church world for this one, but the question was very well phrased. It was a question. I don't know. Do you remember that answer? But and I said, you and I were chatting, Mark? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I said, it was perfect. Really, it was good. I never got dishonored or hated or attacked by my senior pastor. I was celebrated, but I just didn't fit. Like my soul is so touchy and smushy, and it's like Christianity doesn't have a place for smushy people. You have to create an entire vision, because though we're driven and focused and stuff, some of us are really smushy. We're sensitive beings and emotional. I mean, Donald starts crying if you fight with him, and where's Courtney? We have to get Courtney on. Courtney starts crying if you kill a spider. Somebody find Courtney. Let's get her on.
Yeah, they're running.
Tina's
They are competing on running to get
Tina's
Courtney now.
racing.
Put the pigtails
She's at
up and the
Waterhouse.
makeup on and everything. She's going live. Yeah, most of the people in our vision are, obviously there's a couple of apples here and there, but most of the people in our vision are so considerate and kind and smushy and nunky nunk, and yet it takes such bravery. There's not enough bribery and too much bravery in this vision.
Brave and beautiful.
It takes so much we do, and I always thought, is this a form of arrogance that I'm upset that I can't find brave Christians to go into townships with me? Because often it's like Pastor Gert, he's often alone. He's the only white guy, and his church, his church grew by 2,500 members last year in Cape Town.
Wow.
Nice.
It's like epic,
You?
eh? And I mean,
That's awesome.
he is so like when he talks to me, and if anybody's met him, he's like an intense guy, but man, he honors you. Eh? I phoned him once, and I'm walking the prayer path, and then I actually wanted to ask him a question, and so let's say you phone him, and then he'll say, Pastor Mark, you're such a blessing. Heaven has sent you. The world is better because you're in it. Oh, and you're a
Hallelujah.
good-looking guy, and you deserve every blessing in
Amen.
your life.
The
Amen.
I'm
truth,
walking
it's
the
so
prayer
amazing.
path,
That's
it's a
the truth, man.
kilometer. I do like a lap and a half before I'm able to actually ask him what I wanted to ask him. 'Cause he's just
I'm glad you even remembered the question.
Like, yes,
someone was walking the prayer path with me when he called, because there's 6 people on one particular phone who we all honor as a ministry. We really make our ministry possible, and I spend extra hours in prayer for them, because they fight on financial battlegrounds, spiritual battlegrounds, political battlegrounds, to help us make the greater vision a possibility. So, and they all know that it doesn't matter which one of them's walking with me on the prayer path, if that particular phone rings, I'm answering. And these are movers and shakers. So I'm walking the prayer path with one guy, and he's like from the vicious business world, and I could see how his life changed. I had Pastor Gert on speakerphone, and I didn't tell Pastor Gert that he's on speakerphone. I just held it and walked, because I knew what was coming. Either we're going to speak in tongues for an entire lap, or the guy's going to compliment me for an entire lap. Yes, and he just chooses to be in compliment mode. But I mean, this guy, he is a giant. He's like one of the highest ranking ministers in the biggest church network in the world. 12 million members in one church. They have 5,000 to 8,000 people at a leadership conference. You know what I mean? And this guy speaks at those conferences and serves their top man of God directly. Now you got this guy on the phone talking about how awesome you are, walking next to a guy who's like hyper powerful for 20 minutes. And I saw how it changed this guy who was walking his life. Because after that, because we also speak every day, I've got, these 6 people that I speak to every day. And because, leading big visions is hard. It's very, very hard. And everybody has ups and downs. And from that day onwards, it was like he felt that he finally had the license to be soft with someone.
Wow.
Because everyone's like, how you doing? Are you okay? Appreciate you, stuff like that. And I've seen that's kind of the vibe in the ministry, where we've got this environment where people actually genuinely care. And it was a lot for me to get used to, because when someone asks you how you're doing, they don't really usually often care about, the answer. So to be in an environment,
that's true.
yeah, have you noticed that, Veronica?
Yeah, I've noticed that. They're like, I said, what?
Yeah.
They're just like,
Rev, Tina
Yes.
said, you just want to quickly change the battery for the camera. So, sorry.
Fine, I'll reject you guys.
Don't reject us.
be back now.
Be back now.
Donald, don't worry, he's not fighting with you again.
Yeah, Veronica was tuning him. Donald, are you going to cry?
It's load shedding.
Yo, we all need a little bit of that.
Yeah, I think by this shall all men know that you're my disciples, that you love one another. And my fear was that we build another vision where, love was lacking. Another one of those loveless visions. That was my concern, my fear, if you want to call it that. I'm trying to figure out which is the best setup. Probably that one. So Mark, you hadn't been here in 2 or 3 years, right? And you came to minister. Cat's coming in a month or so, eh?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks,
Maybe,
Cat?
maybe 3. Maybe 3. Hold on.
It's
Like
true.
2.5.
Soon.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring
Yeah,
Twinkie on.
something like that.
Um,
We'll probably meet you.
Yay.
yeah, that'll be awesome. So let me ask Mark this question because you'll be able to answer it after you've been here, Kat. It's like, I mean, this is an organization. There's stuff happening here all the time, right? I mean, we kept Mark running so much. He came with new shoes and he left with old ones.
I'm gonna go take them back so I can get new ones.
Yes. So the question is, Mark, like, I noticed that while you were here, you were talking more and more and more about, this vision, and it seemed to crawl into your heart. So what was it that sparked this in you?
The overcomer's vision, you mean?
Well, whatever. It might be the overcomer's
Well, I
vision.
mean, because ultimately I see that as a kingdom vision. I see what God is been calling many hearts and minds to, having been established to some degree. And, it's very few places where you can get the attitude and the production right at the same time. And so when you, from when we first spoke about everything, and then obviously there was this pandemic time where there was just travel restrictions and different things like that. And then in all that time, you guys were growing and putting things up and building things and establishing things, so that now when I got there, it was a lot more laid out and there was a lot more progress that had been made from that time. It really does help people catch a vision for the bigger picture of what God has actually laid on many of our hearts as a vision. That's difficult for us to kind of demonstrate just with words alone or even with pictures. There's a big difference between someone being there and you telling them about it. As you know, my mother came through on the one day, and just at one day, her being there and seeing everything, it just also excited her and ignited in her the same thing, because this isn't just a insert ministry name, brand, label thing here. This is a kingdom of God vision. This is what God wants. He wants the church established, and when I mean the church, the ecclesia, those who are called out, established as legislative authority to allow and disallow what happens on the earth. And we say no more poverty, and we mean no more poverty. We say no more sickness, and we mean no more sickness. We say no more mental illness, we mean no more mental illness. No, we take authority, we unlock the treasures of heaven, and we release them onto the earth, and we lock up those things that have been robbing people. And so I see that happening at Overcomers, and the more I was there and the more I could see it, the more exciting it was, because sometimes when you have a vision for something and you feel all alone because there's so few people who are actually thinking in those lines, you kind of start thinking, well, maybe one day someone will do it, but you're just trying to get along, carry on, and get something going, and then seeing it, that it's amazing.
Which
Amen.
surprises me because we've shifted from the big stadium model to lots and lots of little things all over the place and dust everywhere and kids and chaos, and especially after the lockdown. Damn, it's so weird. It's like a different world after the lockdown. Just let's see.
Totally
Let's
different.
bring Michelle, a Twinkie. There's Twinkie.
Yo.
Hi.
Look at the little boo-boo in the back, Marceliki.
That's his usual
Marcel's
spot.
in his Marcel.
Hey, look, another amazing blessing has joined this chat.
It's awesome to see you face to face, Twinkie.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen each other face to face.
I know,
yet,
we
only
always
in text.
we're always
Yeah.
chatting online, but never
Yeah.
actually face to face.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant.
awesome, man. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna add to stream. Yo, look at the. Oh, look at Sue. And it's
Yo,
Courtney.
what's up?
They're in the tabernacle. How do we zoom in them? I wonder what that looks like on a phone. Where's my phone? You probably can't see diddly doodly. Yeah, it's probably small.
No, you can see I've got mine on my phone. It's like
Yeah.
So you can
Not
kind of
yet.
see them over there.
Yeah, there we go. Hi guys.
hello.
Yay.
How are you?
Can you hear me
Good.
now?
Tried to like
So
look
good
at
to
that
see
and look at
you.
the camera.
And the awesome Sorrel. Sorrel's been putting so many awesome posts up there. Yes. So
Yes.
like very great, almost like a
Yeah, he said such nice things about me. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
you're so proud of him.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, it is,
Okay.
Sorrel. So encouraging, so honoring. All your posts are wonderful to read.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
That's awesome,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah.
It was
So
actually we were just
before
talking about how I came to the ministry, and I was making a joke. It's because the Rev advertised. So I thought,
AdWords
well,
work, it seems.
Awesome.
so I thought, oh, I can take some photos. Maybe I can write something, so I can be a journalist. So that's now. I used to be an engineer. Now I'm a journalist.
Ah, good
yeah,
choice.
you did
Amazing.
great at it. Just
Now
loving
you
it.
engineer journalism.
Yeah, you're engineering journalism.
I don't know.
Journalist.
It's a funny thing, when I came in the beginning, it was strange, but I think I spoke to Vanessa one day and I said to her, if you stay here for a while, that eventually this place becomes home.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, where do I go today? Oh, come to the ministry. That's a good place to be.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
that.
that is the goal.
That's
Yes, you just triggered a thought. So in the days when I worked at different churches and such, it was always so like, even though there's staff and stuff, it was always like so dead when you went to the church during the week, because it really only comes alive on a Sunday,
Yeah.
and I was walking around and I thought, yes, this place is always buzzing, there's always something happening, and and it really is.
Always.
It's true.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to when the actual Daniel restaurant is built. We've got those plans in for approval. You guys are gonna love it. It's a really
Yeah.
nice building. Looks like our house except huge.
Yeah.
So I love it that people come here during the week and there's always ministry happening and always people being fed and always people being helped. So I want to ask Twinkie a question. You
Okay.
guys know that Twinkie is not only a delicious little snack, it's also Afrikaans for a small toe.
It's not so.
Twinkie.
Klein Twinkie.
Oh man.
But isn't it
So-
Twinkie? Or have I got that wrong?
Twing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Twinkie.
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 You spell it Twinkie, but when you say it, it's Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Yes, you're right.
So, Twinkie, man, you come out of a completely secular work environment, secular mindset,
Yeah.
and we're like we're about as spiritual as it gets. I mean, we are like, I'll never quite understand how you sit through all of the streams and how you like. So I called Twinkie and I'm like, listen, we don't have money for that particular position anymore. She says, well, I'll do it for free then. Yes, man. No, why? What is it about this vision, from your point of view? I mean, just see, there's 20 other billion things you could be doing. She's a full-on programmer chick. She
Wow.
can earn $1 million a month, like really experienced and like epic. So what's what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? Okay, well. Um, well, I can start by saying that yes, I was like in this corporate environment, and I think it got very repetitive after a while, and the fact that you are working towards making someone else rich.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I felt like I was not doing anything, not doing anything that meant anything, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And I remember that even you guys are spiritual, and and you talk a lot about Jesus and and all that. But for me, it's so inspiring to see so many good people, and it's a thing for good people attract other good people. It will always it's like the positivity, everything is just, yeah, you do get attacked and judged a lot and all those things, but
Indeed.
the unity of the group and everything is just, it's very inspiring. And even if you're not a believer or anything like that, if you listen to like the wisdom sessions and stuff like that, there's a lot you can learn from it, because
Yeah.
it's not just spiritual, it's life lessons.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things you can apply to, for instance, your marriage and relationships around you, and just to be a better person. So for me, that was very inspiring, and I think Pastor Andrew's story really was remarkable. How he ended up where he is, and for me, that's just amazing. So I feel like that locked me towards the cause as well.
Work on.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
The force
amazing.
is strong with
Yes.
this one.
Yes. We're in
Such a
Paris. We don't
blessing
say
to have
force
you.
here. We say vorse.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But I was hoping the international listeners would figure out what that means. Force is very
Vorse.
Afrikaans.
Yeah. No, we believe in vorse, but not divorce. Courtney.
Yes, Rev.
Yes, when you got here, you were like hippie, new age, atheist, agnostic.
I was
And
never an
now you-
atheist.
Okay.
Woo!
Maybe so,
You
so
can't be
you
I
were
was
spiritual
just
and
atheist.
sitting
agnostic.
very hard on a fence.
You were sitting very hard on the
That
fence.
is painful.
Yeah, those fence posts.
And now you Jesus this, Jesus that, worshipping, hands in the air, closed eyes. What?
So beautiful.
Yeah,
What is
been,
going on?
it's a constant battle, honestly. Like I still have my doubts about things. I still think I can just rely on being like a good person. But like I've been through a lot of different religions in my life. I was born a Methodist Christian, then became a Vaishnava Hindu, and then Buddhism, and then agnostic, I guess, and just started studying all religions and figuring, they all kind of go to the same place. But this has been so different. It's like Jesus is like the vanilla essence in a cake. It's just that little something that just makes it. It's the fastest path to that divine that I've ever felt. I'm not discrediting other religions at all. I just believe in love. If that could be a thing, it is. I mean, we do that here. And I still struggle with the names for things and understanding proper procedure, I guess, in Christianity. So yeah, I'm still pretty much a hippie. I think I always will be, but it's been an incredible journey. Coming here was like coming home for the first time in my entire life. Like I always longed for this place and this feeling that I didn't know. A lot of people know that I've said it before, and I might sound crazy, but I'll stick to it. I'll be crazy. I remember a different life before I came here, and through counsel here, I've been able to understand that it was heaven. I still think, another planet, aliens, whatever. But everything that you guys have shown me in the Bible justifies those memories I have. And that has been like world shattering. You just can't imagine that, wow, those things that I thought were my mental illness are actually real. And meeting Pastor Mark, that energy transference through touch, that's real. Like I couldn't believe it. All of it.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's been quite amazing. Yeah. So I'll be a
Tracy,
hippie
That you
forever though.
mentioned this being home.
Yes,
'Cause I think
this
that
place
I have the
is
same feeling.
home.
This,
Yeah.
this place becomes home.
Yeah, this
There's-
unconditional
It's
love.
almost like
Yeah.
family away from
Yeah,
family.
sounds like
Exactly.
you guys are
Do,
talking
do you
about
mean it's
cult.
like a city whose founder is God, and it's where all the sojourners are going towards, and it's called the kingdom of God
No,
because it's not a religion, it's a
Yeah.
government.
Yeah, no, I just
It's a way
I
of
just want to
life.
put it out
one,
there
one time
that
I had to speak to Coach
eh?
Carl about something. I can't even remember what it was. But the problem with Coach Carl is if you sit with him, you come with your little issue and then you talk about like 1,000 other
Everything.
things. And he teaches about the dreams and this and that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my. Anyway, but the one thing that I remember from the first talk is when we were talking. Oh yeah, I remember. I wanted to write something about the wall, and he was like explaining about the wall and how big the place is supposed to be and so many hectares and whatever. And eventually I started looking into it, and now I'm in that story. Okay, I hope I'll still be alive, but this we've got to see. This whole walled city, and we're all going to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that, these things, I remember he said to me something, be careful what you write because people might think we're nut jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's wrong in looking at something and saying, why can it not happen? I mean,
Yeah.
so you eventually get to a point where you feel part of it. And
yeah.
you think, okay, what's my role in this? You've got to have some sort of
Yeah.
role. But mine is to take a few pictures, speak to people, and write things.
Yeah, you
But
are
there's other roles as
journaling
well.
our journey here, you know.
So we become, I think we
Describing
become
it.
part of each other eventually.
Yeah, we do.
We make friends. We make. I think you get
So
to a point
awesome.
with family. It is family in a way.
Yeah,
And that's what's
absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
This is the only place I've ever found that. Okay, maybe one other place. I worked in Saudi Arabia for a long time, and there's a strong Filipino community, and they are also Christians, mostly Catholics, but they also have this sort of everyone who, you walk through these little alleyways and places to get to the flat where you finally have worship or you can live your Christian life.
Okay.
And there also you become family. And this
Yeah.
is the only place in South Africa so far that I found that's almost
That
that same
connection,
sort of,
that community.
that people become
It's very
almost
much
family.
a family here. I think I was speaking to Matthew this morning about it, like spending time with colleagues after work is sometimes a little tiring because we're all family now. It's like I don't want to hang out with my brothers and sisters 24/7. I see you guys enough, but it's not really like that. You never get tired of these people in this place.
I've noticed
Beautiful.
is that people in my life, there's not many. I don't make friends that easily, but I have a few, and they sort of get dragged into it whether they like it or not. Because this is what we speak about.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I'm going to the ministry. It's almost like this
It's
is
the
like
only thing you
this is
speak
what
about.
we do.
Yeah, I had that recently. I actually left home because of it, because all I spoke about was this place, and I just wanted to be back here. I was like, well,
Well, welcome home.
so
Because
it's all good.
it's almost like it becomes a lifestyle. This
Yeah.
is what we do.
Yeah,
This is what,
it's powerful. It really is. Like,
the thing I like, which Andrew is very good at, is allowing people freedom.
yes,
I go to another church sometimes on Sundays to play bass guitar.
yeah,
So that gives me I don't have to interfere with the music here. I come here and I can just enjoy it left in the
Yes.
band. They're really good. I think they're
Yeah.
too good for me. I come and I listen to it and that's fine. But for my own musical outlet, I just
Yes.
go somewhere else and I have that freedom to go and do that. And,
yeah.
and
There's
normally
no
when I'm finished there, I will
judgments
just run back and just, if I'm lucky, still make the service here. These things happen. You find a place where you can express yourself.
Absolutely.
do your
Even
thing.
with work,
Yeah.
like I've never been able to find one thing I like doing. So now
Yes.
I'm like a jack of all trades and master of none. But what I loved when I came here is I was allowed to try.
Yes.
I didn't have a degree in that field, but I was allowed to try anyway and to be myself and to learn and actually develop skills that I really love, because of that grace. And with it comes a lot of respect. Like, we don't have absolute freedom to do whatever we want. Well, we do, but I don't think if you were good in yourself, you wouldn't. You wouldn't come to work, like drunk. You wouldn't hurt each other.
Absolutely.
There's not that kind of freedom, because you have to respect this place. Like,
Yeah.
you come here and you understand that now you're enclosed in a family of love. You're not going to hurt these people. You're not going to start fights, because sure, we all have that freedom, but it comes down to that choice.
Absolutely.
That choice in the end to choose Christ, and we want to be Christ-like, so we will be a good family to each other.
Yeah, that's I think that's something that I've also sort of come to notice here, is that there's always, I remember when I was in Saudi Arabia, if you speak to the Muslim people, a lot of them will go, yeah, but you believe in Paul, you don't believe in Christ. There's a lot of that sort of deflection. They will always try and put you on your back foot.
Yeah.
But we concentrate on Christ.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Paul this that wrong or right or anything. I'm just saying we live and we look at Jesus's words.
Yeah.
And I found it there as well. The moment you do that, then immediately you put them on their back foot. And this is why when I came here, I thought, okay, but what I did there to survive is what is a way of life here, and that makes life better. I think there is something to be said for that. Just look at what Jesus did and the way he spoke about things. It's maybe more important than anything else.
Yeah, there's no confusion with the words of Jesus. There isn't anything you can contradict about what he said or find loopholes around it.
Exactly.
It is pure and it's love. And I'm always just like, that's all you have to listen to. I know you always call me a hippie, Rev, but I am that.
That's exactly true.
Totally hippie, yeah.
It can be said that. But
Yeah.
if you quote Jesus,
it's just like
there's nothing to be talked about any further.
it's done.
That's
Kat,
the
what are
end
your
of it.
thoughts on all of this madness over here? I mean, you hear these people rattling on about the vision. I just want to state for the public record that we're not a cult. I've only got energy to be a husband to one wife. No designs whatsoever on having
not at
a
all a
harem.
cult.
I don't know
I
what
love
people
that though,
every night-
because it's like the number one question. Oh, don't you belong to that cult? And it's like, no, if that's how closed-minded you're going to be, fine. But if
Well,
I
the
belong
Jews
to the cult,
also called.
I'm happy with that. But we're
Yeah,
definitely
well, the
not.
Jews also called Christianity a cult in the beginning.
Oh, really?
So yeah, everything that's new and unusual to the norm of
Yeah.
religion ends up being called a cult very often. The thing is,
weird.
we shouldn't be in the arena of religion because religion is not our arena. Our arena is government. We are not a religion. We are a
Woohoo.
governmental institution.
Of
We are the kingdom of God.
Mm,
Check it, Mark dropping
It's a good way of
bombs
looking
here.
at it. Yeah.
actually building a
Yeah.
kingdom.
No,
Nice.
Kat, drop
I
some
love
bombs.
how even though I'm all the way on the other side of the world, that it still feels like a family. So, and I
Yeah.
love how I haven't met a lot of you face to face, but it still feels just always, so loving and so I feel so part of it, even though I am all the way here. And even Julie, Julie and I speak, and it feels like we're family, even though we've never met. Like we've never actually hugged each other, but we've, spoken to each other online, and we've messaged each other, and we've prayed for each other, and it that is exactly it. It's kingdom. It's God's family. We are all one, and even though we might be, separated geographically, it's like we're all striving to be Jesus to others in whatever way we can.
I
And
can only say
and-
one thing. If you ask Mark what happened to him when he was here, kept busy and being almost worked over to a point. This is what South Africans do. We are extremely sociable.
Julie
Oh, it was
said
a lot of fun.
she hugs me every day.
But I was
I
saying
was
to
I was letting people go to bed early. I was still up.
really? We were worn out, man.
Mark's so funny. I knew he'd get back here wired. Then I know,
Yeah.
okay, we got to hang out a bit.
No, he had
'cause
so
he
much
is
energy
wired.
afterwards. Like, yeah, go. I was like, aren't you tired?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
our kitchen.
When the Spirit of God is moving through you, you just get energized.
Sure.
Mark gets so intense when he's wired. I tell you, Mandy just like runs up the stairs, because Mark is wired now. The anointing is still on him, so any thought has got like 10 tons
That's
of
brilliant.
domkrach behind it, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot more intense. I'm normally quite laid back and chill, but when that happens, it's like wham!
Yeah.
That's an amazing feeling, though. Sure. I wouldn't have believed it unless I'd been here and felt it. I keep saying, none of this is real. And God just keeps showing me, yes, it is. Because before I came
I
here, I
love
was
that.
trying to book myself into an institution. I was worried about my mental health. I wanted to give up on life. I basically gave all my possessions away, and I started selling biscuits, and the money I got from that, I would make little food packs and give them to people on the street. My mom said, "What are you doing? You're bankrupting yourself." And I said, "Mom, it's the only thing that keeps me alive right now is helping other people, because I just want to die." And I couldn't get into a hospital. I couldn't. And then this ad popped up. I mean, I lived in Joburg, an ad pop up here was a stretch, but came for the interview, and I was home, and I'm not leaving. And I just thought, I was about to give up. I was about to institutionalize myself and go onto heavy medication that would make me a vegetable. And God was like, just wait, just come here. And yeah, all the
So-
time that
I
happens.
suppose you booked into the best institution available.
It's been incredible. Like,
Here we are.
like I think it was Twinkie was saying, the wisdom you get from the wisdom sessions, it's not always like about what you can do as a Christian community. So much of it is good business acumen and skills development and emotional intelligence development. It's been like university and therapy in one, and it's a journey still. I'm still quite fragile, but wow, like the best family to be part of. Yeah.
There was something that
Aw.
I think I actually typed it in the comments when Donald was speaking about the outreaches and the kids and all that. I think a big part of the problem is that people, we have these fund drives and all these type of things, but people don't really get involved firsthand. It's only when you're out there on the rugby field with 200 kids in the sun and they're dancing, and when you sit there and you go into the kitchen, like I think there was one of them, I actually went to the kitchen where the guys were cooking.
Oh, yeah.
There was 2 people cooking there, and you eat the food with them, and you eat the same food as the kids, and you see
Yeah.
how they get dished up, and you become part of it. Then you
Yes.
really understand
Yes.
all the things behind it. But I think most
Absolutely.
people are sort of too far away, whereas some of us are lucky we get opportunities to be involved.
Yeah.
But if you're too far away, then it's almost like, it's, these kids are there in South Africa somewhere, giving them a bit of money, But it's different when you actually.
Yeah, when you're in the dirt.
I
Yeah.
remember that, Mark, when we were in Fredderford, and the sun was going down, and you were there, and we were all there. I mean, there was kids there, and you look at it and you go like, "This is something special."
Yeah.
You're busy with something different.
That atmosphere
Yeah,
in
you
the
see
moment.
the dust,
Yeah.
and you see the sunset go. I think I took some of the most beautiful photos I ever
Oh
took out
yes,
there.
I remember seeing
It was
those.
just a day that was different because
Yeah.
it was late.
Yeah.
There
Every kid got like touched by the Lord that day. It was awesome.
it was I think
what
the
I
difference
like-
is when we come to church or even here, it's a building. We do all these type of feet on the ground,
Yeah.
and there's dust and there's everything. It becomes real. Things become real. It's
I think
really
your
different.
mind is also open to that, because I could say the point, you can be on this land with us and be far away,
Yes,
because your mind is not ready to understand what is happening
Yes.
here. Like when I first got here, I didn't understand serving. I know it sounds so funny, but on the Sunday worship afterwards was that 3-course meal, and people would serve you food,
Yeah, it's
and
finished.
you're like, okay, it's my first week here, but I'm pretty sure that's my colleague from the office. Now she's serving me food. And I was like, isn't this the kitchen staff's job? And they were like, no, serving isn't giving people food. It's serving with love, with honoring the person with your actions. And I didn't understand it. And I was like, this place is so weird. And then the one day I decided to try, or somebody wrote me in, they were like, come do it. And I served that day. My life changed. I had such a respect for the people around me, to understand that their lives matter in my life, in the greater scheme of things, and to just honor them with so much love. And there aren't enough actions in the world to show people how much you love them. It's like, but that's a little thing. You go there to the outreach, and you feet on the ground in that.
Absolutely.
That is you honoring those kids, taking the pictures, capturing that moment. It's different.
Wonderful.
A while ago, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's Robin Kavanagh. He's like a South African political activist. And he was saying that we are not meant to live in concrete jungles. We we're actually meant to live in wooden places and things like that. And one of the things was that to really, I mean, it will be almost in your world of this esoteric thing. That you sometimes need to put your feet on the ground, not just
Absolutely,
on
like
tar and
physically
on
ground yourself.
this place you can do that. And
Yeah.
when you go out into the outreach and things, you actually get to do that. Where you really put your feet on the ground and you actually
That's amazing.
experience what it's really like. This place is like a bit of a strange cosmos in that we get, it's spiritual and we have all our friends here, whatever. But out there, you're almost exposed.
Yeah.
You're really exposed,
Yeah.
especially in a place
Yeah.
like Paris, where it's the white and the black community and all that. Suddenly,
Yeah, it's a hyper political environment. It's
So
like really.
insane. Sometimes, like this morning, I nearly gave up. I really did.
Yeah?
I was like, no, I can't deal with this politics. Like, do you have nothing better to do with your time than fight about nonsense? Like utter nonsense.
there was something, Rev, you always talk about feeding kids and this, but I saw a little, what they call it, a meme, little picture. And it was this girl, maybe 12 years old or something. And if I remember, she looked like someone you would expect from Afghanistan or one of these places. And the guy asked the question, he said to her, are you Muslim, Christian, or Hindu or whatever? And she goes like, I'm hungry. That sort of, that
That's
hit
Is that
what
any
it
religion?
We're all just people, regardless of religion or color of your skin.
should
We're
not ask these
all
questions.
flesh people.
Yes, at
That's,
the end of
that's
the day,
all
we
it
do.
is.
And I think that's what we do. We see people for being people.
Yeah, I got to break down that way of thinking completely because it's a crutch. Racism and fighting about these nonsense things in the greater scheme of our universe is a crutch to be mean and angry at each other. It's like, okay, I can sit back on that and say, oh, we're different, let's fight. But you're not. You're not different. So stop it.
We're all family.
So, just a quick before, yeah. So, Courtney, do we have anybody else lined up to come chat there? Everybody's white here, man.
Yeah, Lala's got people lined up. She's being an
Awesome.
awesome, what's it called?
But not so many
Coordinator.
white people, man. Yes, we got to
Try
make
and
some
get everyone
Why would- I
international
mean,
exposure.
yeah, it looks like a German Scandinavian expo. Yeah, with nearly wit gesiggies.
I was
Andrew,
thinking this week.
I think you need to listen. We are here for a reason, to help the people.
Yeah, we are here
Well, you know,
today.
just
To be
on this,
crazy.
if in South Africa, if you're like a far right type, you always think of these Afrikaner Boers with their big beards and whatever. And I sit and look at the screen in front with these two on top,
Yeah.
and I go like, people, look so deceiving.
We are
Yeah,
establishing
but let it be clear, I'm a far centered type. Me, I'm a far center.
far center.
When you look at it,
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
ridiculous. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
if people knew how I felt inside, because I often get like, oh, it must be so easy because whites get all the privilege. And I'm like, all I want is to be an African man. I want a garden. Nobody
You
will
wanna be an
hire me.
African-
I want to be a gardener. I want
But
to
you're
have
already
a-
African. You were born in Africa.
It doesn't. There's these things. Nonsense.
Well, we love you guys. We love you, Courtney. We love you, Sorrel.
Yes,
Thank you
we
for your
love
hard
you
work,
too.
man.
It's nice to see you,
And-
Kat.
Love you. See you soon in a few weeks.
I'm so excited.
we'll teach you about a bride.
Oh, yes. And the cookie.
A
The
barbecue,
point
you
of
don't
it.
understand.
I'm coming back home. Remember, I'm not from here, so I know all about brides.
She's from South Africa.
You can put your
South
feet on the
Africa.
ground.
We're going to have a bride competition.
No, I'm so excited. So excited
Oh,
to see you guys.
Okay. Love you guys. Boom
Bye.
shakalaka. So, Twinkie, did you like that hippie chick that was on there?
Yeah,
What's it?
very relatable.
Orange. Very relatable.
Yeah.
Like, Twinkie's got lots of time for the hippies there.
So awesome.
That's so funny. It looks like Mark was scratching Cat's ear. Do that again, Cat. Do that like. No, you were scratching. Look, it looks like Mark. Mark, put your arms down now. Okay, do it again, Cat. Check at this.
What did I do?
You see, it looks like.
Other arm.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I'm such a silly Billy.
Did you see the video I sent you? Because to explain that I'm not a cat thing
Oh, I
from
didn't.
yesterday.
Did you send it?
None of us are Catholic.
there was this funny. It was a court case, but it was during COVID, and they had to do it on a Zoom meeting. And the guy put on his camera, and it was him in a cat filter, the lawyer.
Oh no,
Yes, I
And
not
remember
that
that.
one.
and he's like, yeah, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, no, it's some sort of filter. And he's like,
I'm not a cat.
yes, I'm here. I'm not a cat.
Yes, we saw that one. We actually saw
Yeah.
it like on the news.
He got
or
into
something.
trouble for that. He got into trouble for that cat filter.
It's not even his fault.
It was quite
Probably
funny.
like his secretary playing on the Zoom earlier. And then
I think she was just
got
trying to help him
remove the filter.
identify.
That happened to me
Okay.
when I was still working in corporate environments. I
You got a
forgot to
cat.
I put like a filter on, and then everyone laughed. It was just like, and I didn't know it was on also.
I'm not,
Oh, the
I
Indus
can't
News
do
calls in
filters
corporate.
on here.
Eh?
I can't do filters on this StreamYard thing.
Yeah, we use a
Who's there?
separate application.
Yo, these are good-looking people there. Oh my word.
Is that Mavis?
Is that baby?
That's
Yeah.
maybe.
Yay, baby!
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Hi.
I keep calling Tembo Tato and Tato Temba.
I'm used to it. I'm thinking of changing my name to Tato.
Yeah. Tem. Yes. I
What
tell
about
you,
Mr. T?
Mr. T. Yeah, because then it's both of them at the same time, eh? Yeah, 'cause, you know. So this is how bad I am with names, just so I can justify my sin. So on the morning of my honeymoon, I forgot Mandy's name. I had to ask
No,
her.
dude, that's insane. Brutal. How did you come back from that one?
Pastor Susan.
Curious.
I don't know.
wanna
I think she knew me
Give me some
well
tips.
enough to know that
Oh,
just
she's
how
gracious,
dumb
bro.
I am. Yeah, no. I mean, I am like the most absent-minded buffoon in the history of absent-minded buffoons. Yes, we must get Pastor Susan on here as well. And then, so remember those Godly Thunder tours that we used to do?
Yes.
So I just gave up trying to remember guys' names. So I just remember I used to call them all like Susan or I don't know if you remember that cat. I called them all Susan. Come here, Susan. Like Richard and all those guys.
And then everyone turns left and looks at you. Who are you talking about?
Yeah. And then there were those two guys. I think they were both JPs. I called the one JP and the other one JPoo.
You're really encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, I was such a strange dude back then. Love you, Julie. Thanks for hanging out. Probably see you later, man. Right,
Bye,
so
Julie.
now I know that Temba.
Yes,
Confirm
sir.
Temba. I'm saying the right name now, Temba.
You saying the right name?
Okay, thank God. Otherwise,
Come
I'm just
on.
going to start calling you Susan. Now, Temba, dude, this guy comes from, he's a well-to-do family, eh? I mean, I met his mom the other day, and she's a fancy pants, classy lady. Make no mistake. Like this is good stock here. What the heck are you doing in this vision with that fancy pants breeding line of yours, eh? Eh?
Sir, the thing is, where I grew up in Everton. I grew up actually quite poor. Actually, I didn't grow up poor. I grew up broke because poverty is a state of mind.
Yeah, well done.
Where I grew up, we used to live in a 3-room shack. It was my mom's bedroom. It was the TV room / kitchen, and it was my room after that. And things started changing when I was in grade 12. My dad called me out. I was writing my matrics, and he called me out and he said, "What do I see?" And I looked around and I said, "I saw houses." And my dad said, "No, you're wrong. You don't see houses, you see shacks. These are shacks, they are not houses. The moment you start changing
your ideas and your mindset is the moment that you will go far places. And from then, he says that if my mindset was to be like the people I was living around, I'm subjected to come to those religions, to their norms. They were always defeated, and he said to me that if my mindset was to be like those people, then I would fail in everything in life. So now, why I came at Overcomers, this is a start for me. God wanted me here. He placed me here, and yet His purpose for me is not yet determined. But I'm willing and I'm also confident that whatever He wants in me, I will achieve it and it will be done.
Good
My
stuff,
word.
man.
Why
Amen.
don't you talk more? Jeez, that was
Yeah.
awesome. Why do I have to talk even
Very
when there's
wise.
people like you? Huh?
I
Very
prefer
super
being
wise.
quiet.
You prefer quiet?
Practice
No,
makes perfect.
I
no, we have to
prefer
change
being
your
quiet.
preferences. where's the drop down menu to change your preferences?
That's awesome.
You need to talk
They
more,
say
dude. There's
they say
enough
your
dumb people
words
making a
are
noise. Yeah.
they say your words are a double-edged sword that they can heal or they can stab people. So I'm very cautious about what I say. So I'd rather just keep quiet instead of talking.
Bro, I regret even thinking I could call you Susan. From now on, I'm going to call you like, well, I'd call you
Mr.
Solomon,
T.
but then you'd have a woman problem then. And we don't want to do that around here. So, Mr. T.
Mr.
Yes,
T.
God. The wisdom
Well, that
came
guy
out of this
suffered
young
no
man.
fools, man.
Suffer no fools. Suck a fool lollipop.
Suffer no fool.
So Mavis, you're so amazing. Mavis gets headhunted and job offers and stuff way more than we can afford. Listen, Mavis, there's already people fighting with us saying that, we're just using black people and we're paying
yeah, man.
white people almost nothing, black people almost nothing and all that. Now you have an opportunity to like leave and then you stay. What on earth is wrong with you? You could have like lack of money, man. Hey? Yes, you hang out here cooking for like 10,000 people, highly abusive environment. Donald getting upset because he doesn't like the food for his 500 children, and me throwing tantrums every now and then. What are you doing? We're all very interested in what you have to say. Why are you in this vision?
I'm living my life.
Oh, in simple terms, I'm living my life.
That's what I'm doing here. I'm living my life, and I'm exactly where God wants me to be. Living
That's fine.
His will is my will. So I do what the Holy Spirit tells me to do. It's funny, even when I'm cooking.
Yes.
So
Amen.
I'm
I can
living my
taste that.
life.
Yeah, no, look, when Mavis cooks for you, even Twinkie would start praying in tongues.
Come on.
She'd be like a yamady, 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 laka, 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 yamady, 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 laka, 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 laka.
Is there a dance that goes with it?
Amazing.
Yes, incredible. We're so blessed to have Mavis. I tell you,
Sure.
we hung out. I think that's the longest I've hung out with Mavis when she was cooking for Mark when he was here. Mark was staying in our posse with us over here, so I got I had the privilege of seeing Mavis like the whole day. And yes, I thought, what an amazing human being. Yes. Like, wow. I was so blessed. It's just... Mavis, why should people
Yes.
give us money for the fundraisers?
Well, we're feeding a lot of children. Come around and see what we're doing around here. you will really,
That's
really
a good
see
one.
that we need your money.
Come on.
And we're not wasting it. We are actually
Yeah.
doing what we say we're doing. We're actually feeding kids. And I was explaining it to one of the people that help us with eggs, that it's it brings so much joy to see a child's face light up for a simple thing like eggs. We get eggs, those who afford to buy eggs, like many privileged families, it's like a crate of eggs spends 2 months in the house. You know, it's not a it's just eggs. But with the kids that we feed, it's amazing how their faces light up for a simple thing like an egg on a plate, and how they appreciate it, and how they love it, and how they just want to live their lives here because they they get to be loved, they get to eat what they don't really eat at their houses, because we also make sure that when they're here they eat meat, they get like good meals. You know, it's not just throwing things together and there you have a plate of food. It's not like that. They eating what I just love usually just saying, if you look at the plate and you see, you feel you can love to eat it and you can enjoy that food, that means the next person who you're cooking for will enjoy it. So we dish out food that I would also love eating. So we don't just throw ingredients together and there you go, there's a plate of food. We actually make sure it's healthy, make sure you actually have a full plate of food, and they even get to eat as much as they want. And this one time we had a boy eat 7 plates of food until he realized he cannot put anything more in that stomach.
What a shame.
So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, and he was like throwing up, and then he came back for more.
he
Shame.
was sick. He was
Oh,
very
you
sick.
know, that's something that really blew my mind there. Oh, I mean, so when a lot of these kids come here, they're so used to not having anything that, I mean, I noticed they don't do it anymore because they know now there's plenty here, but they used to like grab a plate and then another plate and then hide it behind the tent to maybe have it later, or in case they're hungry after they eat. And then they realize they don't have to
Yeah.
do that because we're going to feed them whenever they're hungry, whenever they want food. There's always enough. And that's another question that I wanted to ask Temba.
Mr. T.
Yeah. You know why? I think my brain goes to Tato because Theto sounds so cool. It's like Thanos.
I knew you were going to go there. I just knew it.
Yeah, no, I'm
His
just
mindset.
because I always get this Avengers vibe there. But okay, so Tembolani. So, you were mentioning so you grew up in a shack, eh?
Yes, sir.
Now, here's the question. This is what people don't understand about one of the things that overcomers is that we try and make it so that the kids get to shower, that they can enjoy showering, hot and cold water, and because people in general don't quite grasp what township life is like. I mean, you don't know. Did you ever shower in your shack?
No. You had buckets, but you can turn it into a
Yeah,
shower
that's
if
it. Buckets.
the kitchen is strong enough.
Yeah, I mean, people don't grasp that. Like, explain what it's like. Why it's so lacquer to come here, and then there's a hot and cold running shower for these kids. Like, explain what life is like and why, you know. Because okay, yes, the justification. One question I get a lot is, why is our ministry so expensive? Why our overheads? Because we use massive amounts of electricity, massive amounts of internet, massive amounts of water from that bowl. Like the geysers are running like 24/7. I think there's 8 geysers or something. It's crazy. So people say, no, why do the kids have to shower twice a day? Remember some of those kids when they come on camp, say, then they shower, then they go and play and stuff, and then they run back and shower the moment the shower is open. Now, now, give us an idea of why. Like, let people out there understand, because they don't believe me. I'm too white and Vikingy, you know. You grew up in a shack. You know the reality of it. Like, really, let them know, man.
It's kind of hard to paint a picture that will be so clearly that it will get to your heart. But I'm gonna try. Imagine being in a classroom where everyone is gonna fail regardless. People in the townships don't have that hope because of the circumstances they live in. All they see is things that are broken, and they are things that are defeated, things that are not good enough, and they look at those things and they think that, you know what, they compare themselves to those things. They think that because of where I grew up, I can't achieve certain things. Because of how my life was, there's a certain limit to the things that I could actually get. And like I said, it's kind of hard to paint a picture that will be so perfect, but I wouldn't even know where to begin to paint that picture. But life in it's livable, but it's very hard.
I know. I know. Like, it's Mavis. Also, an incredible journey, incredibly challenging, difficult, tough journey. When Oh, awesome! I see the staff all here ready for the wisdom session. And it was so awesome when Mavis and her family were sharing like the hardships and their journey, because they come from a country where you got killed or beaten or thrown into prison and disappeared if you differed politically. It's like really an unfair life. I don't know, Mavis. Like, so, I think the fact that like something as small as showers. I mean, most of the people watching this, they're on their phones. They've really not known a life without a shower, let alone a bath. And like, uh, what, because my goal here is, why is it so special to those kids? Why is the shower so important?
Because it's not limited water. So you get a bucket. There's no water mostly in the locations. And well, your mother is not going to fetch you a bucket of water for you to bath in. So you're going to fetch it yourself at the Jojo. I don't know how far it is from your house. And that amount of water that you fetched, you cannot afford to play with it. So usually it's a 5 liter bucket. And then that's your bath. Yeah. So when you get to a shower, it's not limited. You've got water on you. You can put soap on, and 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 shower. So it's like eating KFC for the first time when you've never had KFC in your life.
That is
So
heavenly.
it's it's like it's amazing. I can shower, and I'm never gonna get this again, because that's the mindset that you have from where you're coming from. So I might as well enjoy it now. That's now most of the kids understand, okay, we're gonna come, so it's no longer that hectic. But when they started coming, it was, I've got to shower because I'm never going to get this shower. I've got to eat as much as I can because I'm not going to get this plate of food. I've got to take in as much as I can take in. So it's 5 minutes they would play on the inflatables and then go back to the shower and shower again, because it's amazing. There is something called a shower out there.
With hot
You know,
water.
and there's water and there's hot water. I don't have to put it on the stove and wait for it to boil and then limit it into that 5 liter bucket and bath and finish. That's it. I have hot water on me. it was tough to get them out of those showers the first times because I've got hot water on me. So it's that well, I can describe it as, that first thing that you were happy about. Think of that first thing that amazed you in your life. Like, there's something like this, like a revelation. They feel like that
Ugh,
with a
it
shower.
upsets me that, I mean, we're in South Africa. This is supposed to be a third world country, and still in a third world country, you got kids who still don't have hot showers. They still don't have like water, flushing toilets, and it's so bad. I don't know, Timber. What do you think? Should we try and put up a nice massive container right next to the township there with its own bowl and solar heater, and then before work and at night people can just round the clock come there and have like hot showers? I think about that often. I think, what do you think of that idea?
What do you think about that idea?
Themba, you're amazing. You're amazing.
He is he's like, I mean, I think about so many things. The fact that, yes, like just to be able to fix toilets in schools, but you have to go through so much political warfare. It's like now I'm getting messages, now that overcome us, we are watching you. So I told the guys, send the EFF. Yeah, let's chat. They want the same things. Let's work with them. I don't care who gets the glory. Let's just put toilets in the schools and get hot and cold water there and showers. Do some of the schools have showers, like gyms and stuff like that? I don't recall.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yes, see, schools in towns, in cities and stuff. Man, there is hot showers. I used to, because I used to either walk or cycle quite far to work. I mean, to school. At one point in my life, and then I thought, okay, I'll just go in my tracksuit, go early in the morning, and then when I get there, I can have a shower outside and stink all day. And that was the awesomeness of those schools. They had hot showers in by the hall, where you do gym and stuff, so you could have a quick shower after you do PT and stuff like that. So in the townships, you don't really see that, You're just like a JoJo tank for flushing toilets. Yes, that's very sad. But anyway, okay. So it looks like the staff are ready. So
Yes.
I'm going to thank you so much, Mr. T and Miss Marvel. We're gonna have to get him like a big gold dollar necklace now to walk around, and you're gonna have to grow a mohawk, dude. Mr. T. Yes,
We love you both. Thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, they work so hard.
Come on.
Yes, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna drop you guys down here. Watch out, remove. Sorry. Look, it's Twinkie. And then put that one up there. So this is our staff chilling over there. Well, some of them. Where's everybody? We don't hear them. Who have we got there? Is that Matt Alicia at the back there? Who's that?
Those people are way too tiny in the back. I can't see anything.
Yeah, I can see Lily. Is that Matt Alicia hiding away now? And where's Iliska?
They look like all little squidgy guacas.
Squidgy guacas. Teeny little minky.
Even when you're there and you look to the back, it
where's
seems like it's
Iliska?
far away.
I think Iliska and Derek must consider that table. We're going to do an interview with Iliska and with Derek. Where's Derek? Go sit at the interview table. Yes, finally we're going to get Iliska on the TV. Go, Derek. Go with Iliska. You know where to go. You're going to sit on stage at that table and Tina's going to get you set up. Derek is like awesome, man. He's like this very very wise dude. He's like our head of horticulture gardening. I mean, he's got a like a team. I mean, you could make Derek the head of engineering, and it would be awesome. Man. He's such a clever guy.
I'm gonna hop off.
Ah, thanks, Twinks. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Yeah.
Toodles.
We'll see you later.
I'll see you guys later. How do I leave? Which button do I
Press the leave button.
That
I wonder
one.
what this
That's
button
the
does.
button.
So, Cat Mark, are you still
We've
okay?
got a
You
couple
guys
of
need
things to
go
do,
and-
buddy.
Cat, you need to go. You got to go and do some stuff.
Do you want me
I
to
do.
stay for a bit?
I always love having you guys around. I always love having you around, Cat. There's Pastor Susan. She's next. She thinks she can escape our evil clutches.
Cheerios, guys. See you later.
Love
Bye,
you, man.
Mark.
Cheers,
See you soon.
Right, let's bring these gangsters on over here. Add to stream. Oh, look at them. They're sitting nicely over there. Check this out. Doing the
Reb,
hair.
I
She's
probably
like,
have about 10 minutes and then I'll pop off.
okay.
Cool.
Love you, Cat. Hello. Is it? Hello, Derek. He's like, hello. He's like, where's this voice coming from? Derek, you are awesome.
Yeah.
So, Derek, so you were on the land when I moved you, hey?
Yes.
So that was about. So that was 2016, 25th of September 2016.
Yes.
And since we've been here, there's been like a lot of stuff happening, eh?
Plenty things.
plenty. So you've seen what we do, eh? How we feed the kids and all that kind of thing. So what are your thoughts? What do you like? I mean, you've been here. So you've basically been here on and off since we arrived. What have you seen? What are your thoughts? You know, just what do you think of everything that you see?
Yes, before it was not like this. It was just a jungle with two shacks. It was just a jungle with two shacks. Then I remember the first day when you come with the caravan there, down there, next to those black offices, alone. Then I was even doubting that what you're telling me is going to happen, because day by day you were telling me what I'm seeing right now today. Never mind, I was out for about 4 years. Then I was always passing because it was my way to work. For 4 years, then I was seeing the changes. Then till the time comes again, after I was done with what I was doing there with another company, then I find things exactly the way you told me from the beginning.
Yeah, it's amazing. Eh? If you have a little bit of faith,
Yeah.
incredible things happen. Eh? Yeah. So Derek, you're doing the staff wisdom session today.
Yes.
So have you got some advice for the staff on how to generate favor?
Yes. Favor is not something that you just grab. You got to work for it. Favor in life, then from the other people, then it's like let me give you an example like this. At work, then if you follow the instructions, then you satisfy the work giver, and then even your behavior, the behavior counts a lot, because you can be a hard worker then do good things, but if you don't behave in a good way, so that you can showing unification with the people, then it doesn't show anything. It really
Yeah.
it
So
doesn't show
I mean, you're
anything.
very good at generating favor. I mean, everywhere you go, everybody likes you. Eh?
Yes, you need to be liked by the people.
That's why I say behavior, following the instructions. Then favor is on
It's
you.
gonna follow you. Yeah, you
True.
get people who they they get very angry. So I remember I used to be called all sorts of names when I worked for bosses because I really serve those bosses. I do what they ask me to. They change their minds the whole time. I don't care. You know, I still go and do. They change their mind. I go and do it like they want it. They change their mind, do it, and everyone around you is whining and complaining. And I noticed about Derek. I mean, there was these two guys at one point who were so angry that Derek, you know, because they were so angry because they, I don't know what they wanted to do. They wanted to down tools, or they wanted to. Oh yeah, Derek works too fast. That was their complaint, because they were like, yes, let's just slow down, slow the work down. And Derek's like, no, we're working. And then they wanted to kill him. They were talking about murdering him. Yes. Hey, Derek.
Yeah, people are crazy,
People are crazy. That's
Yeah, because firstly, you wake up early in the morning, you come to work, and then thereafter, then you decided what you wanna do, not what is wanted here by the work. Then it shows very well that you are not belonging here. Then you are somewhere. See,
yeah,
well, they tried, but here, just because it's by the house of the Lord, then we know how does things work, how does the Lord works. That's why even today, then they've just decided to stay away. Because here we need people who got visions, people who can work, people who are not here to fight, people who are not
yeah,
here to assassinate others.
yeah.
See,
Yeah, absolutely, Derek. Yeah, it's like so important. I mean, we try and build a very friendly environment, but we also desire with all our heart that everybody here is not afraid of work. You know, not afraid to roll up your sleeves and work. So you got next to you there, Ilaskaki. Ilaska, yes. How long have you been here now?
A year and a half.
Yes, feels like you've been here for like since the beginning, like 6
It
years.
does.
It's like you and Derek have been here. It does, yeah. A lot has happened since you arrived. Eh?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of you that everything has happened. Did you
Who
ever think about
knows?
that? So what were your thoughts like? So you arrive here. I remember I laughed so much. I think it was on the live stream or we were in the office something, and you said when you got here, you thought I was crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Coming here and this long dirt road, and then you pull up and walk through, and Caleb and Andrew was like the first people we met. They were like, "Welcome," and then Tanya, and then you see the sketchy tent, and you're like, "Oh, where am I?" And the restaurant wasn't like it was now, so it was like. Yeah, a lot has happened. I haven't seen a place grow as much as it did, like Overcomers has in the year and a half as I've been here. All hard work and hard work and determination from
Hard work
everyone.
and intimidation.
Well, that's
so, so what's impacted? Because I know your life's been impacted by a lot of things that happens. Yeah. So what would you say is the thing that's had the biggest impact on your life?
um. Well, I don't know if Kat knows the NG Kerk in South Africa, but so yeah, I grew up in that church. But as soon as I started working here, I promised myself I'm setting that aside. And as I said previously, we all serve the same God, just in different ways, because I have to be part of Overcomers. But Overcomers has learned me to pray better, and instead of walking around angry, not that I'm much angry much, but walking around angry, rather to go sit quiet, get yourself pray over something, and it prayer changes a lot.
And I have actually seen that with my own eyes. As coach always say, pray specifically for something specific and you will get that.
Yes.
So I've seen it happen and it's awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful, man. And yeah, Derek, I don't know, like, because you work so hard, you don't really. I mean, you've attended some wisdom sessions and stuff. Has there been any impact on your personal life? Because I mean, you're a blessing, yeah. So
Truly, me by my arrival here, I didn't know the Lord. I was
wow,
just a person. But here I am today. I know how to pray. God has answered most of my prayers. Then I can see progress in my life because that's what I did asked for. Whatever I ask from the Lord, He's giving me. Firstly, I never knew that there is someone who's just giving free. That's why I'm still here because I know very well that the one that I'm asking from, He just provide.
yeah,
He just provide. He doesn't want you to do anything for Him. As long as you come to Him humbly with your whole heart, carrying the cross that you go with, then He will provide. He will
sure.
provide. That's what I've seen. I know how to pray today.
That's amazing. Yeah. I don't know if you got any questions for
Just
them, Kat.
came knowing nothing. But here I am today praying.
I don't have any questions, but just to say thank you. Just you guys are amazing and awesome, and you're inspiring, and just giving your all, and everything you do is just amazing to see. And you just all of you in that room, just are just wonderful, and you are the hands and feet literally of Jesus, and it's just wonderful to see how I can't wait to see, because the last time I was on the land was a caravan and a big tent thing and like a very broken play area at that time, because I think you fixed it up quite a lot. And I think there may have been some like bunk beds, metal bunk beds. Did I make that up?
No, you're right.
Is that right?
Yeah, we were having camps, yeah.
Yeah, some little camps, but in like and that was all there was. And like I've seen the videos and I've seen pictures, and I'm just like, this is amazing. And it's all down to all of you and all of your hard work, determination, just your love for each other, so it's wonderful to see, really.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, we're very privileged to be part of a wonderful team like this. And I mean, Liska and Derek are both the most positive, wonderful, hardworking, no nonsense, go get 'em people. They two different battlefields. So Derek has the pleasure of putting up with Uncle Dick and Opa Ronnie. He has to like interpret everything, and and so does Iliska. Yes, I tell you, I really believe that these are the people that you buy the whole land for, that treasure. When you've got good people like this, it's difficult, building a ministry and trying to make it strong and trying to make it beautiful. And when you've got great people, it takes the shape and the image of those people. So just thank you guys. Yes, you're flipping awesome. I'm smiling in my heart now. Right over here, there's like a big smile. I've got full Michael Jackson going here. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I think, who's up next after you guys? Are you swapping chairs with
Paulina and Pastor Susan.
Hey, that's going to be fun as well. Love you guys. Thank you, Derek. Hit.
Okay, thank you.
My man. Thank you, Liska. Now, Liska's going to have her phone ready tonight because she's going to be like, ek wil nog praat.
My phone's dying, so I need to go charge it, and I'm going to love and leave you all.
Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Kat. Thank you.
Love you all. You're all amazing. See you in a few weeks.
Bye. Yeah. What is going on here? Paulina's on the left in the green Adidas tracksuit, the Ukrainian tracksuit with the rapper beanie and the intelligent glasses. And Pastor Susan is on the right in the fancy pants, Skotani purple outfit and shiny earrings and polar neck. Is that a polar neck? Or has it got some other fancy pants name? You know, because I know like guys wear polo necks and girls wear it's probably like a quaff or a patofflies or a noch or a snooky nookie or something. So great to see you guys, man.
Thank you
Paulina.
for having us. Afternoon, everyone.
So, Paulina, what do you do here? I know it's something important.
Well, I do accounting. So
accounting?
Yes. I do books, I manage some accounts and help with the funding, fundraising, applications, and all of that.
Sure.
So paperwork mostly.
But listen, we're a church, man. We're a missions group. Why do we need accountants and accounting and books and stuff?
Well, we are a church, and our main goal is to feed people, is to get people to know Christ's love for them. But in order for us to feed those people, we need money. So now this is where the accountants come in and the paperwork and all of that, because we have to raise funds in order for us to go and feed the people, to educate and just keep the children safe. So all of that takes money.
Yep, that it does. You mean it's
Yeah.
not free? We don't just pull it out of the air and.
No.
Do you know what it
There
costs to
has
fill the
to be a
bus?
lot of fundraising for us to be able to do what we do.
So, Paulina, do you know what it costs to fill the bus?
Sorry?
Do you know what it costs to fill the bus?
Yeah, I have
So
it.
you do. What
It's
does
a lot.
it do in your inner soul when you see that number?
Well, honestly, when I first arrived here, I thought, who would want to do this? Who would quit their job and just do this? So, because it's a lot of pressure, people don't know the lot of pressure that we have and the process it takes for us to actually be able to fill that bus. And I'm just thinking about the bus expense only. So at first I didn't understand, to be honest, why would anybody want to put themselves through this. But as time went on, I understood our vision to well, it makes all the process and all the sleepless nights, worth it at the end of the day.
Foster Susan, do you know what it costs to fill that bus? Do you know?
No.
So it's. Do you want to tell her? What does it cost?
It could. I think I'm gonna whisper to him.
Say it.
Wow,
And it can only just get to the location and come back and it's done. We have to fill it up.
No, at least it does it a few times. Did you see Pastor Susan's expression when she found out to fetch 100 kids? You know?
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and just that amount, it just gets the bus to go to the location, do whatever it's doing, and then it comes back. We need to fill it up again. So it's a lot of money when you multiply that by the amount of trips we take, like in a month. It's a lot of money.
I mean, and we had to change a tire. Tell Pastor Susan how much it cost to change a tire.
All I know is that the kids must be filled in the bus and they must do up and down, come and go.
It's so scary doing this ministry. It's thousands, eh? So what is it? If I remember, what was it, like $6,000 to fill the bus?
Yeah, and
And
it's just
yeah,
6,000 to fill it, maybe for 2 days max, and then for another 2 days it's gonna require the extra 6,000, and then
yeah,
in a month, shoot, that's a lot, and we still have to maintain the bus. It's not just the fuel that goes into the bus; it has to be serviced so that it's safe to carry the kids and everybody back and forth.
yeah. Yes, it's so expensive because you can't just let everybody walk. You know, it's 100-seater bus, so that's 100 people. Sometimes I think you can safely have 108 standing because one of our critics told the traffic cops that we're overloading the bus. So then we found out that we're not. The traffic cops had a look and they said, no, we're not. So, Pastor Susan, what does it do in your heart hearing how much it takes to fill that bus?
Wow. Overcomers, it's really blessing.
That's yeah.
Because it's overcomers, it's a blessing because I mean to manage that kind of amount just to represent love. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
so amazing.
Why do we need? Man, that bus sounds expensive to me. Why don't we just sell it and do we really need a bus?
We do,
We really
because
do.
it transports the kids. So this way we know that the kids get to the venues safely, they get home safely. And it doesn't only just transport the kids. When there are functions, it transports our workers as well. So we cannot afford to lose the bus. I think it would cost more if we didn't have the bus.
Well, the kids will come marching here if that bus will go.
Yeah, no, you're right. Jeez. Yeah, no. Last week they were showing me some figures because I always just say, just show me an overhead figure. Then they come with hundreds of thousands, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna pray it down and pull it down and beg and pray and ask God for miracles, and I'm just gonna pray. It's like right now, you know, like after, I mean, December, winter. I mean, we at the same time, all the stuff we were doing at the same time. Operation Safe Place was running for the young girls. The outreaches were happening in the townships. EDCC was happening. The crusades were happening. Then there was that massive ESCOM power outage. Sudden 45,000 people who don't have water, even electricity and water, and then we're jumping in there wherever we can. So we ran the ministry into hundreds of thousands of rands into the red. Like we just went for it because we don't say no. and so I was sitting and I was like, because that's why we're doing this special fundraiser right now, and I was sitting last week or something when they showed me the numbers. And I didn't know what it cost to fill the bus. I just know the bus runs. I keep doing fundraising, asking God for miracles. When they told me, my response was exactly like Pastor Susan's. It's like, yo. The price of diesel's gone up as well,
Oh, yeah.
So, So, Pastor Susan, why do we do this?
It's only love. It's only love. We represent love. I grew up to a family. I would say we were um, middle class. But at my place, there were always crowd of people there. So our house was always full. And I realize now when I grown up that we only had 2-room house. But when I checked, like almost 40 people were sleeping there. And I was wondering how. So I like that thing because love made us blind. We didn't even see that we are crowded.
Yes. 2-bedroom house taking care of 40 people. So this is normal for you. This ministry, like the madness is normal.
And we didn't even want them to leave because when they are not there, we felt like we are not complete. We needed that crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once you start taking care of so many people, it's like it becomes, I don't want to use the word addiction, but you feel like when it's not happening, it's so quiet and so empty. And so it's like when the love of God and the provision of God's flowing through you and you're helping people, it's like joy itself is running through you. And because okay, so I'm sitting here right now and I'm like a stressed there. You know what I mean? I'm like that thing, and I'm like, go to God of thanksgiving. He's the God of miracles. He's the God of miracles. And I say the whole time, you're the God of miracles. You're the God of miracles. You're the God of miracles. I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord. Because do you know how much we have to raise right now to catch up? Do you know, Paulina?
I know, and it's a lot.
600,000 rand. That's what's that in dollars? Like $40,000 or something. And it's funny. I was talking to someone. Now, this guy I spoke to last night, I hadn't spoken to him in a while. I was just asking him to come and do something. And usually he fights with me, when he says, yes, like you mustn't, put yourself in these positions and bankrupt yourself for ministry. And, like it was that now last night, I phoned him for something and he was like, listen, I can hear you a bit stressed. Keep doing what you're doing. So, Pastor Susan, are you there? So you're on the ground with the EDCC operations, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us what happens there. What happens on the ground at EDCC?
We welcome kids. We make them feel home. We make them feel safe. They are taught the word of God, the principles of Jesus Christ, and they dance and they get fed.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we give them a family. Sometimes they do, some kids have families, but they have families like physically, but emotionally they are not there. So that's what
Yes.
we offer to kids.
Yeah, that's the truth there. Yeah, they got families, but they're not emotionally there because poverty is traumatic. That's hard.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
Yes. It's like horrible. Really, really horrible. And okay, so now this is now a trick question for people who say that we raise money and then that we use the kids as like we whitewash or blackwash, and then we use the kids as while we say we're using money, but then we don't do anything for the kids. What have you seen on the ground? Are we wasting money? Are we not feeding kids? Are we not transporting them? Do you see us like? Have you caught us out yet? I mean, you're on the ground, you're watching us. Have you caught us?
There is nothing like that. The kids have love, have food, have transport, and they are safe. Um, it was in December at Operation Safe Place. They got the jackets. Some of them got clothes. So it's something that makes them they are alive for a living while. They get something that they don't get at home. We managed to put smile on their faces. So if somebody will come and say we are doing nothing, that person will be playing.
Players be playing, yeah. Yes. Eh? I mean, Paulina, you know what's going on. I mean, you see there on the accounting side of things, eh? Have you
Yeah.
seen how much money I'm filtering there from our fundraising to buy myself a Ferrari and
I think I think with all the money that we raise, maybe you get like a 20 rent. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But no, the money that we get from our sponsors, everything is accounted for to every single cent. Uh, the money that comes in, we already know where it's going, what it's gonna do, and it's spent. People who talk on who talk on Facebook without information, if they would come and ask, they would get information because everything is on paper. They would get to know exactly how what it is that we do and exactly how much we spend. If people knew the amount of money we spend on the kids, they would be surprised. They would be shocked, in fact, because to be honest, when I first got here, I also didn't understand why would people want to raise all this money and not pocket it themselves, because that's what we used to seeing from our politicians, our government, everything. The money that's raised, it's all pocketed. But since I'm in the financial side of things, I see everything that it's all going to the kids. There's no agenda, there's no scam or anything like that. Everything goes to the kids. And when the kids are on here on the land, when I get to see them, I see their smiles and I see them being fed. I see them having something that they don't have in the location. And it just makes it worthwhile. I mean, applying for the funding is such a stressful process, but when we see that on the land, then it makes it worthwhile. And then you get people on social media who are like making accusations, and we shocked. So if there's anybody who is not clear on what it is that Overcomers is doing, they should come. I mean, we open to everybody. We open to everyone. They should come and ask for themselves, find out for themselves what it is that we do. Then they would get the information. There's no, blinds. Okay, you can access here, but not there. No, everything is transparent.
yeah.
So no, I don't. If you were pocketing money, I think you would have like 3 Ferraris and a Porsche.
They should count on their kids. I mean, I've got 2 kids. I mean, just to buy snacks for them for just a month, it's something that you can say, oh, just for snacks. So you must imagine how many kids that are coming here that are getting snacks each and every day. I
Do they
mean,
get
And
snacks?
we also have like projects like Operation Safe Place. To be honest, I wish that I had known about this place when I was younger, because when the kids get here, they are shielded from so much in the location. When they're here, they're fed 3 times a day. And we know it's a lot of money now just to buy cooking oil. So to feed more than 100 kids, and they are well fed, not that they eat but they're not full, they're well fed, you can tell. And you can just maybe set it like the other kid had seven plates of food. So it's a lot of money that goes into everything. And the money that comes in, it's all going back to the kids, it's all going back to the community. it's not just about filling the bus, but there's a lot of projects that is going on. And there's a lot of people now who are working here and they're getting, salaries. They're able to provide for their families. Meanwhile, if we didn't have this place, none of them, maybe majority of them wouldn't be working. And then those households probably would not have an income at all. Like most of them are the only source of income in their households. So if they didn't have this place, if they were not working here, so many households would not have a source of income at all. And this is what people don't understand.
Just like Paulina. You and Pastor Susan. I think Paulina and Pastor Susan are now our new PR squad. Yes. Yeah, also someone was telling me what the cooking oil costs, and I was like, no, don't tell me any of that stuff anymore. I don't want to hear it. I'm getting discouraged when I hear individual prices of things. Yeah. So I don't know how people survive, because one of our policies is so to build the vision while we're still small, we, instead of paying some people more, higher salaries, we try and employ more, because we know that when you got nothing, at least if you get like, because that's what one of our accusers came and said, yeah, people aren't getting paid this and they aren't getting paid that. So I said, okay, what you're actually asking me. So this one person, so what you're actually asking me is, we must retrench that person, and take those salaries and pay you more. That's actually what you want.
And that is selfishness.
That's selfishness.
Yeah, I think because that's how most organizations work. They think of individuals, people getting big salaries. Now, do we want to pay people big salary? Obviously, man. Yes. I mean, imagine Pastor Susan, Paulina, each getting a good 35,000 a month. How nice would that be? Yes. I fantasize about it. I'm telling you, if we hold out, we have faith, we can get up there.
Yeah.
We build this vision. We just keep going. But I think when you talk about, because all I think about, like while you were talking now, I just think about, yes, if we can just create more jobs, get more income, more, if we can, I mean, you saw what happened with that one batch of learnerships, how that company like ditched them, and we at least won the CCMA case for them. And
Yeah.
but now, some of them are still attacking us. We go to war for you, and then you attack us. I mean, it's like, yeah. What should we do, Pastor Susan? Do you think these people want us to shut down, or what do you think? What do you think their goal is? Just to say things, or do you think they actually want us to crash and burn?
Actually, if someone is not into something, he could or she could not see it the way it is. He is just speaking according to what he thinks or she thinks. But if you could come and see what is exactly happening, that's when they will know. Um, Lack of knowledge is something that makes us to die. Because if you speak about something that you don't know, you won't speak right about it. But it's better if they know what is happening. So it doesn't really mean that they are fighting for community or they are fighting for the kids as they say we are using kids. It's because they are fighting for their selfishness because they don't want to come and see what is exactly happening here. So if they speak about something they know, then that will be better. We'll say they are speaking something they have seen, that they have proved that the money that is being raised here is not working. It's not serving the purpose. But they speak out there, not coming and see what is exactly happening here. So if they want us to shut down, then it really shows that they are selfish because they are thinking for themselves only. They are not thinking about the kids that are coming here every day. They are not thinking about the employers that are in this place because that makes a huge difference in our community.
Well, I tell you, we in a normal world we wouldn't be able to afford you two, and I'm so glad that you're on our team. I really prayed that God would send us people like you, you know, um, who even though you're in that environment, you know, you still are willing to work with people who are different from you. We all have like these slightly different belief systems, and and yet you're so gracious and kind, and you guys are just next level. Yes, like really. Baie dankie.
Thank you so much.
Love you guys. Who's next? Is there
Thank
someone
you.
after you guys? Do we have
Yes, Jabulani and Caleb.
Jabulani and Caleb? Yes, awesome. Love you, Pastor Susan. Love you, Paulina. Paulina has seen me lose my temper before. Hey, yo,
Boom, shakalaka.
Jabulani. Look at
Hello,
this
Pastor
cool.
Andrew.
Yes, you
Hi.
guys look cool, eh? You guys gonna start singing? Gonna rap
Oh,
or
yes.
something? Hey, Jabulani, what you got there?
Amen. Jabulani is joining us today. He's one of our leaders at EDCC, and he's grown over the years, so he's got some stuff to share with us. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Hit it, my man. Pastor, prophet, apostle, Jabu.
Amen.
Yeah. I just want to say how important Overcomers has been to like children in the location, like how much it means to us. Like it has been a blessing to have you guys like showing us love. Like as Pastor Susan said, that we do have families, but emotionally we still need people. Yeah. Like it's really a blessing to have overcomers like in the location.
Amen. That's
Yeah.
powerful. Very, very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, Jabula, how long have you been in EDCC? 3, 4 years? How long?
I think it's 4 to 3 years. I think, yeah, 3 to 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And what rank are you?
Steward.
A steward.
Are you a steward?
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. So I assume when you're done with school, you're joining us full time. Is that the plan? Or
Yeah,
you're gonna go
kind of.
study, eh?
Yeah, it's my plan. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
left with 1 year.
And then what country are you gonna choose?
I was media.
Yeah, you like media, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a steward, you get to kind of choose a country. Yeah, you can stay here in South Africa, or you can say you want to go and be part of a team that plants an overcomer somewhere. That's what stewards do. There are apostolic teams. You actually get out there and you join an international EDCC. So do you want to stay, look after Tumahole, or you want to go to another country?
I want to explore other countries.
Ah, yeah. So you better get to know EDCC back to front. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, that's awesome, man. Yeah, flip. I mean, you've been here. Yeah, I remember a long time, man. And so, what has been the impact of Overcomers on your life? There's a lot of people watching who donate towards Overcomers, and you know. So what impact does this ministry, or has it had in your personal life?
It has a lot of impact in my personal life because like there is a lot of stuff that we're dealing with in the location, but like when we are around here, we just feel like at home. So like there's no stress, etc. It's just love, and we get to know more about God, and that's all what means. Yeah.
So now, you used to come here on Sundays, but now this place got too small. So now you at what school are you guys at now on Sundays?
It's Listas Kosan.
Yeah, Listas Kosane.
Yeah.
So, are you missing Overcomers, or do you like that school? Is it like a
Yeah, that school, it's like it's huge. It's huge. So like we can have as lot as children we can, because it's like huge. It's open. Yeah,
Yes, I
and
think in summer you can put up all those inflatables there. Yeah.
yeah, it can, because there's a field at the back of it, and it's a huge field. So like there can be inflatables, and it can be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're getting, 300 to 500 kids during winter, I think in summer when those inflatables up, you're probably gonna have like 1,000 kids there.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of kids, but we do love leading kids, though it's hard because like we get different kind of kids. Sometimes we get kids that doesn't know English. We have to teach them the things that we do. For example, there's a vision spec, then they have to we teach them the commands of Jesus. So like there's a lot of things. It's not just that easy, but we love doing it. We really love doing it.
Yo, so you're a steward, man. That's amazing. Yo, congratulations, Javelin. That is. So for those of you listening, we've got a ranking system for our leaders, and and it starts off with bronze, eh? So you then bronze and then silver. You can run a group. Um, oh wow. Ronel says, "You make us all proud." Doet zo voort. See you again. um, so I mean, the ranking system is to be a silver leader, you need to be able to run a group. To be a gold leader, you need to be able to run a kind of a service. To be a platinum leader, you need to run a day. To be a diamond leader, you need to be able to run a camp, and a steward is able to understand the budgets and stuff. So you've started learning what things cost and taking responsibility for stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Eh? So proud of you, man. Yes, see. Shows you. I need to be more in contact. I think I need to. You know what we need to do, Caleb? You know what we
Yes,
need to do?
Pastor.
You must chat to Donald, and I want to have like once a month. We must have like a dinner for the stewards.
Amen.
And then, hey, and then they sit with all the ministry directors and stuff, and we hang out a bit.
Yes,
Huh?
yes.
How's that sound,
Some
Jabu?
wisdom grabbing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes, see, I mean, the guy's a steward. I didn't even know. I'm so blown away. So proud of you, man. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So mature. He's very mature. Like speaking to you properly today, I realized how mature this guy actually is and how much he's grown. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sitting here blown away. I'm like absolutely, wow, just wow.
God can do amazing things.
He can. Yes, good job.
Yeah.
Just job. So Caleb, what are you doing in this ministry? What are you even doing here, man? Don't you have
Everything
other
possible.
places to be?
Everything possible. I've been helping out everywhere I can, been serving where I can, praying where I can, just putting in many hours of serving and service, doing my best to stay available and teachable. And it's been about almost 2 years over here now at Overcomers. I mean, my first year was like extraordinarily busy. It was like busy, 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 busy all the time. But I learned so much in the time that I've been here, and I've drawn closer to Jesus because of the words of Jesus. I guess before I was here, I never really understood the power of the words of Jesus and how important it is in an individual's life to have and to hear and to just keep inside your heart the words of Jesus, and how powerful prayer can be at times. There's been tests and challenges, but it's been good. It's been a whole learning process, and there's been some challenges, but it's been amazing. I've learned so much here, and I'm very happy here. So that's the most
wonderful.
important part.
Awesome, man. Great to have you, Caleb. And we're so proud of you and happy that you're in our ministry. I know you work hard and serve hard, and you're part of our armor bearing team. And really great, man. And yeah, well done,
Amen.
Jawalanis. Yeah. Yeah. So Donald says, yes, I agree. Awesome, man. Well, God bless you guys. I think I'm going to end the stream now. And just if you're listening right now around the world, please, if you can partner with us, it'll be awesome. www.overcomers.co.za. This is a special fundraising stream where we are working hard to catch up. We pushed our ministry very hard into the red in winter. You can go to www.overcomers.co.za and partner with us there. We have to catch up. It's about, I'm just converting to euro now. Probably about 30,000 euros, somewhere around there. 600,000 rand. That's what we've got to raise. We do a lot. For those who've been watching, like things cost so much money. Caleb, what did you think when you heard those numbers? Oh no, they've gone. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll end it on that one. Okay, what did you think? Did you hear the numbers just now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the numbers were, yeah. It shows you what God can do, eh? Like 600,000 rand. That's like, takes a lot of faith to move those mountains.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
and the petrol cost as well for the bus. It's nuts though.
I mean, a tire went and we had to get like 4.5 or 5,000 rand or something insane to fix a wheel on the bus, and I was like, "Yes, Lord." Well,
Yeah, no, we just need to keep pushing and having faith. God sends amazing, awesome people to this ministry to bless us.
He really is a God of miracles.
Amen.
Yeah, so thanks, Caleb. Hey, Angeline. Bless you. Love you all dearly. I'll be on again in a few hours. I'm going to have a nap, spend some family time, have some supper, and love you all. Thank you, staff members. I know some of you had a nice nap at the back of the hall there. Usually there's like a roaring wisdom session at this time, but for the next couple of days we're going to be doing fundraising. So yeah, you can go to www.overcomers.co.za, partner with us there. Thank you so much. Love you all dearly. And doodles. What's up, Tanya? What are you like waving in front of the microphone?
Yeah, we got home. I got home cell tonight, so I'm going.
Oh, nice. So are you going to come to us live from your home cell?
I don't know how to do that. I need to take Tina home.
Well, your home cell ends at 8, eh? Or what?
6 to 7:30, but depending on
8,
what time you go live, I can just let you know. I can send you a message and let you know, and then you can send me that
linky,
link.
and you just go on your phone. Is your internet
okay on the phone?
side?
Yeah, I've got rain, so rain works.
Oh, nice. Let it rain.
We come from the valley of Le Awesome.
Le Awesome, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll chat. I might be sleeping, but may the force be with us. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.